Dun dun, now we can be heard. Somebody didn't click the settings and now we have been talking for 15 minutes with nobody. That should be fine now. Sorry about that.
Can I be heard?
There's been a bit of an issue. We've been talking to nobody for 15 minutes because I forgot to enable the auto settings, so I better do the intros and stuff again. Welcome to the Gavra Racing 24 Hours of Le Mans. We're here in Le Mans, of course. We're 7 hours into this race, 17 hours and 20 minutes remaining in this race. Cashing it, driving for Ferrari B, currently leads from Interceptor in the other Toyota. We're not sure if my Colcon can be heard yet. Evil, can you be heard?
Let's find out. Can I be heard? Stream, can you hear me? I'll hear this when it comes back if I just hear myself talking.
The suspense is real.
Yes!
Yeah, there we go. Oh no, that is a rookie mistake. That is a rookie mistake.
Get him the sack.
Just to point out, we started this stream with 17 hours and 33 minutes left, but it's now 17 hours and 20 minutes left where we've had a stream of silence. Now, I can say that we were talking during it. Oops.
Lots of oops. Joining us, by the way, as I can do this now, is Cypher Knight, who's been here for quite a while, actually. been here the entire race, pretty much.
We definitely didn't do this interview once already. Yeah, so, right, Cypher Knight, he's been driving in the GTE class. His teammate Husa is currently out on track. How have you been finding the race so far?
Cypher, right, could you turn the mic up quickly for us? Because we can't hear you in the stream that well.
Oh, sorry, is that better?
There we go, that's a little bit better. So, as you said, driving 24-hour race, it's a whole different ball game. Of course, I think I heard you had experience of it, but there are other challenges to just driving 5-lappers. So, what has been the biggest challenge for you in doing 24-hour sim racing?
I'd say just the mental capability, honestly. You honestly gotta kind of just keep your mind in it, you know. Obviously, when you're driving for so long, the mind tends to wander and you get distracted. That's how accidents happen.
Yeah, of course. Anything to add, Evil?
Well, I'd say you've been watching your team drive for quite a while. How have you found it, watching your team?
We're just setting the pace. We're on any sort of racing strategy or series strategy. We found that that's the best way to go about this race, and it's been an enjoyable experience for all of us.
And, well, thanks for joining us, Cypher Knight, because I think your team is actually about to have a battle on track. So,
Yeah.
we'll thanks for joining us. Yeah, so that was Cypher Knight talking to us now, and transferring over to his teammate Husa here. We've got Beauty and the Beast team behind, and that is Old Rome in the Chevy Corvette, who's about to take second place in GTE. Both have broken headlights, and this is the first battle we're going to be seeing on track for a couple of hours.
Indeed, it is going to be interesting. They could only hear me and you.
Right, so here we go then. There goes this pass for second place in GTE. Old Rome.
Lapping, actually.
Is he lapping? Because on the live timings, I could see that it was minus 1.7 the gap. But however, I don't think
Maybe
I think that was a genuine pass for second place.
I don't know, it looked like it just let him through on for me, but yeah, battle there potentially.
But you can see, sorry to put across it, but you can see the difference in pace: a 4:04 versus a 3:52.9.
Yeah.
So I think that was a genuine pass for second place in GTE, and so anybody who's doing interviews, please make sure your voice is set to be shared, because that makes things a little bit awkward. But
yeah, of course, we just talked to ourselves for a while. We didn't do that before we started this, but until we realised we couldn't be heard.
Well,
We can be heard now, at least.
okay, right. So that they were actually lapping that time. Just how confirming it. Everything else is correct. I think that was just the only incorrect one. So, Husa still holds on to probably if they're getting lapped, I'd have to assume third place in GTE.
Yeah, Hussard down the back. They've been struggling for pace this entire race. Early DJ Luke had some issues earlier on when me and Jess and Ethan were here. He wasn't running full amount of fuel. He wasn't in maximum fuel mode, so he was only running about quarter of the. Running a little bit less acceleration, of course. It was a lot slower. It's in about 4:15s to 4:20s a lap. So that's why they're so far back so far. They're starting to come back for a little bit now. But really, it's just Old Rome and his teammates, of course, so far, really keeping the pace as he goes off the road, actually. Exactly on cue. But Old Rome's been one of the fastest drivers so far. Suki was also very quick earlier on as well. But Old Rome really showing the pace so far today.
Yeah, and you can just see up front that gap has grown quite a lot between Interceptor and Cash, the drivers for Ferrari B, and of course Gas Art Racing Team. They are still on the same lap as each other. Cash is just after coming through Indianapolis. Interceptor's about to go. He's halfway down the straight actually. So we may actually, as we were starting, may have just missed the pass for the lead.
Yes, I believe that's most likely so. We were just cutting just as the session was just getting into that situation where they were battling.
So that was the swap for the lead that we missed. But DRT Dreaming Racing Team, 3rd place currently. David Ben behind the wheel currently. AOR Racer, of course, they're pretty much Team AOR. Is what they're running there. So they are currently, I think, 2 laps down. Actually, a lap down on the guys up front, and he's just about to go past Husa. There it goes. Nice and easy. So the guys up front are on lap 114. They completed 114 laps around Le Mans. And Monch is a long way back. Those guys are almost 4 laps behind. With all the GTEs, apart from Husa, on the lead lap. Which is to be expected.
The pace has been amazing this race, hasn't it?
Yeah, the pace has been... To be still sailing, I mean, Cash just set the fastest lap of the race about 7 hours into the race. So these guys, they're still on it, which is always good. Now, were you able to see what kind of fuel usage these guys were doing per lap?
From what I worked out, they're doing around about 4 litres a lap.
Okay, so...
normally they'll, some of them will come do the last lap about 6 and come in around about 2, so about 4 litres per lap I can see.
Okay, so that will mean Cash has about 6 laps left in the tank before he makes his... Well, he either stays on and does another bit of a stint, or we have a swap. I think Monch is actually going to be the first to make a driver swap because he's got 10 litres of fuel left in that car.
Yeah,
Boniface.
4.7 litres, Boniface, yeah, saying
for the Porsche.
4.7 litres for the Porsche, which is about right there.
Yep.
It depends on the car, because the Audi has used a little more fuel per lap, but somehow can last longer with less fuel in a tank.
It's a diesel, that's why.
Diesel engines, they do magic.
Yeah, so drivers currently waiting are Thunderhead and Grunting Tortoise. They're waiting in the pit lane for their stints to begin, it looks like. Thunderhead, I think, is going to be taking over in the Corvette from Old Rome.
And Grunting, that'll be for Interceptor.
Interceptor, yeah, he's going to be taking over from him. The Australian, we must emphasise this, he did get angry that his flag was wrong on the spreadsheet. He is Australian.
It's the Australian, he's not Razy.
Yep. So,
completely different people, gladly.
If you have any questions, of course, make sure to leave them in the chat below. We are going to be here until midnight, so we've got a long way to go.
Got a long way to go. Yeah.
We'll be here. Actually, we'll be here until Sunday.
Yeah, we'll be here until Sunday, on and off, because Jess will join us around about 12 as well, taking over from you.
Yep. Just turn my phone off.
And that's going to be exciting to see, and that will be going at least until between 2 AM and 4 AM. Goes from 12 to about 2 or 4, depends on if Jess wants to fall asleep on us. Hopefully not literally fall asleep on the stream, because that didn't end well.
We have had that happen before.
Yeah, we did have
back in the day. We had somebody fall asleep midstream, and he was snoring, and it was hilarious. If you want to try and find that, be my guest. Because it is on the channel.
New fastest lap, 3:17.4.
Absolutely on it. Of course, I mean, Ferrari B, Cashin and Pirelli, dominant all through the years.
Yep, Flip as well. Was very quick earlier on. I think he was setting 3-minute 18s to 19s as well. So they're all very much going for it today. Further down the back of the field, though, we have that Ferrari of Husari's. He's keeping it going, at least that's the best thing he can do. He will be replaced, I believe, soon I don't know how long he's going to go for, but I don't know who's going to be jumping in the car after that.
Could be Cypher.
A few people saying, "Wow, guys, great job." Can I ask how do the drivers switch in the same car? Well, what they do, I suppose you're more qualified to say this.
Am I?
I think so.
Well,
What they do, they come into the pit lane. The other driver joins the lobby, as well as in the pit lane as well. That's why we only have 8 drivers on circuit.
yeah.
Of course, they'll come in and then the driver will do the pit stop like they normally would. Then they'll drive to the end of the pit lane and stop at the end of the pit lane whilst the team car. So let's say Thunderhead will replace Oldrome. So basically, Oldrome will go to the end of the pit lane, stop the car. Thunderhead will then come out of the pit lane, pass him, and then Oldrome will leave the session. And that's how that works.
Yep. It sounds complicated, but it's actually quite easy.
I probably made it sound more complicated than it actually was.
They basically come in and make a pit stop. Once the pit stop is done, they drive to the end of the pit lane. The other guy drives out of the pit lane, passes him, and that's done.
Yeah. Simples.
Yeah, the Cash is currently almost 2 seconds faster than Interceptor.
What I think is helping them here is because there's a backwind down the straight, I think, of a 6 km/h south facing the wind. I believe that goes down the Mulsanne as well, because I think the Mulsanne faces exactly south, if I'm not mistaken. So it's giving them a bit of a speed advantage.
Maybe so, and of course the Toyota has a really aggressive energy deployment.
Yeah, one of the best around. Of course, the 29C ambient temperature, a 31C track temperature. It is clear right now.
Yep.
It doesn't look clear on board. It looks rather cloudy, but it is clear. I can confirm it's a very clear sky with rain expected to come down in around about 2 to maybe 3 hours' time.
Yeah, 31 degrees Celsius is actually cold for a track. So,
Yes, it's very cold.
I mean, when you're talking in the day, you're going to have temperatures of 40 to 50 degrees.
We were having it at about 34 degrees, 35 degrees earlier on, so Celsius, so it wasn't too warm. It's a rather cold day here in Le Mans, in the Circuit de la Sarthe, but nonetheless, been heated up. Well, all the people in the grasses have been enjoying it as it then passes under the famous Dunlop Bridge. I think it's still the original Dunlop Bridge as well, from the original ones.
Seems
If
to
I'm not
be.
mistaken.
Well,
Was the
it's the same on the
original
vintage. It's the same on the vintage circuit in this game.
Yeah, the original circuit, of course, had 2 Dunlop bridges, well, the 2 Dunlops. But of course, the second one I think got destroyed in 72 or 3 when they did alteration to the circuit, which is a shame. So that doesn't exist anymore. And of course, that was to Tet Rouge. And we mentioned it earlier on, and oh dear, there in comes Oldrome. Now,
Oldrome.
is that for a scheduled pit stop, or is that for a driver's change? Well, it's for a pit stop because he's run out of fuel. But is he going to switch drivers? Let's find out.
Let's find out. Well, he's going to be his teammate Oldrome Thunderhead is in the box just in front of him. So we shall wait and see. He is getting fueled up. Well, they have to do that in the pit stop because it gives a max pit stop time that they have to adhere to.
Oh dear, there goes Grant Tortoise.
Okay, he's left, so obviously he's not taking over just yet. So let's wait. And Oldrome looks like he's just waiting. Thunderhead maybe getting ready. There is your GTE leaders. European sitting right.
You'll switch it.
Okay, there's the driver switch. Thunderhead leaves the pit lane and begins his stint.
They've not done that right again. Oldrome needs to head to the end of the pit lane. I think he's doing
We
that
also
now.
have a switch in LMP1. Monsk has just entered and is sitting in the pit
Yeah.
box. So we're going to have who is going to be changing with him. He may be
I
staying
think
out and doing an
anyone's
extra stint.
He's staying out doing another stint, yeah.
Yep,
That is
Oldrome.
correct.
Oldrome's heading to the end of the pit lane.
Now then he will leave the session, hopefully.
Yeah, so now begins Thunderhead's stint in the Corvette in a brand new, very non-damaged Corvette.
Yes.
So Monsk is going to be doing another stint, it looks like. He's going to be,
Yep,
coming back out on track.
And Oldham retires to the pit box there, and he shall stay in for a little while. I'm going to see the sun is now completely set over this famous circuit. I hope you're got your popcorn and other related things. If we could bring the popcorn back now, sort of thing, finally. Haven't brought that out for a while, have we?
That's been a while.
It's been a long while. Yeah, it's beautiful seeing the drivers drive around this famous circuit, and clouds slightly overhead a little bit, but I believe that's just the light box of the game around the circuit. It is clear after all. Bit of lag la lap. Who's that joining us?
That is going to be grunting. So I would wager. Actually, I think Cash is going to be the first one that's going to have to come in because he's got slightly more fuel than Interceptor.
Yeah, I'm going to believe they might do that change soon. If Grunting could let us know if they're planning a change soon, that would be good.
Yeah, we should
on thing, I don't think.
We should mention Grunting is driving with a broken finger. So
How's he done that?
playing hockey apparently.
Yeah, it's a pretty vicious game. I once got almost hit in the face with a hockey ball once. Don't ask me how that managed to get that high, being like a block.
Yeah. Well, Dreamy Racing team's comfortably sitting third at the moment.
People saying, do the commentators get to switch too, or do you have to do a full 24-hour stint?
Oh God!
Well, I've been here since 2 o'clock. I mean, I did have an hour break because there wasn't a stream, so I got an hour break to have a bit of a limit down. No, we had Jess and me earlier on. That's Jess Gamer earlier on with me, and now we've got Mr. Soup with us as well, and he'll be doing it until 2 a.m. and then Jess will rejoin us for a little while, and then
12 a.m. not 2 a.m.
expect 12 to about 2 or 3 a.m. will be Jess.
4 actually.
Maybe 4, depends on how she feels, of course. There might be a bit of a break after that, potentially for a little while.
Until 11 p.m.
Yeah, of course, a bit of a break from about 4 a.m. until about 11 a.m. Potentially, unless someone else streams about 4 a.m. to a little bit later. And then, of course, we'll be back. I'll be back around about 12 p.m. tomorrow until the end of the race.
Yep. So let's see. About to hit the 17 hours to go mark.
In comes Hussar, by the way.
Hussar into the pit lane to make his switch, I would wager. Although he's got no one to switch with, so I think he's going to do another stint.
So he's switching with himself. He'll probably do another stint or two. I think he's been going for about 3 hours now. Give or take. So he's been soldering on quite a while now, and let's see. Of course, his teammate DJ Lou did the entire first one. We thought he wasn't going to pit ever. We thought he was going to keep going. That's how long he went. But he did in the end come in.
Just going to be fuel, I reckon.
Yeah, most likely these tyres have got to go a long old way around this circuit. Do you know a driver super? Of course, Ethan was here earlier on. He mentioned a good point. That they've been so used to driving in the daytime now because they've done most of the race, but most of this race is actually going to be in the night technically.
Yeah, because it's going to be from. It's currently 9. And it's going to be dark until. It's going to be dark until 7, pretty much.
Yeah, 7 to 6 o'clock, so it's going to be interesting. Cass 317 dead. He's just finding time.
Oh, we've had somebody join.
To the car?
We had somebody join. Cypher Knight's going to be doing a stint, it looks like.
Is that for Hussar?
I would reckon. Let's keep an eye on Hussar. Is he going to stop at the end of the pit lane? Nope.
Nope, so he's going to do another stint.
Maybe Cypher Knight was just too late joining.
Kraza will be on as well, if we need him to be here.
Looks like Cypher Knight's getting ready to come out on track. However, I think maybe Hussar's going to come back in next lap.
Maybe they weren't ready in time.
Yeah. Well, Cash is flying. He's 2 seconds quicker a lap.
And Flip also has an injury. He did a 3-hour stint with a broken toe. So, well, hats off to you. I think a broken toe beats a broken finger.
And a broken
Unless you're on
arrow.
a controller, in which case, yeah, probably worse.
There we go. 17 hours to go.
Yep, that is now 7 hours down, I think.
Roughly, yeah.
17 to go, roughly. And look at the moon above us as well around the circuit. Beautiful shots here in the middle of the night. And, yeah, it's pretty much one of the spooky. I've said this is really spooky. I think this is the most spookiest track at night time, really, apart from probably the Nürburgring.
Yeah, because of all the tree cover. But it's fine once you get onto the main road, because that's all street lit.
Beating nights. And
However,
down the well, of course, curves, but apart from that, terrifying.
well, especially this section that Cash is going to enter now, this is terrifying at night. You don't really get a sense of it. If we ride in the cockpit view, yeah.
Yeah, and remember, I think, was it around here? Was it 2011 when that Ferrari happened down around here, wasn't it? Into Indianapolis, I think it was.
I think it might have been.
Crash.
Just now, Cash is going to put another lap on David Ben, who's also trying to get past the GTE leader.
Yeah, well, they'll just go straight through him, of course. No, I don't know how I feel about that, but just drivers going through each other.
I suppose I don't think they could actually turn it off if it's in a quali session, because it's a relatively recent addition. And through goes Cash in it past David Ben.
Ben, he's actually going relatively quick, by the way. I mean, he's 2 seconds literally slower than Cash.
But he's quicker than
He's
Interceptor.
closing into Interceptor a little bit, yeah.
However, they're a lap down on both of them.
Yeah, of course, Interceptor's only just coming through Indianapolis down towards Arnard's right now. Very committed, of course, and Ben's coming down to the
In comes Cash and David Ben.
And in comes Ben, so, well, you know, that's timing now.
Okay.
Is Cash got... Well, that's grunting there, but that's not for him, that'll be for Interceptor.
Looks like he's going to be doing another stint then. David Ben comes in. He's looking for fuel. So he's also, I think, going to be carrying on.
Yeah, he's going to do, I think, another 2-3 hours. I think he's going to do until at least 12 a.m.
I also think Interceptor is going to be coming in now for a driver swap.
Potentially, yes. I don't know how long he's been going for. I think he's not been going for too long, actually.
Well, Grunting Tortoise is waiting for him in the pit lane. So maybe he might make one, but Cash fueling up.
And
And
find out, and maybe Hussar might be going for a little longer as well.
Interceptor is in.
Yeah, now, is this for a fuel stop? Is it for a scheduled driver change? We'll find out in due course. Everyone in the pit lane, by the way. All top 3 in a line. Beautiful shots there. Oh, well, never mind.
Oh dear! Huge off.
And that is Mon. Now, how has that gone off?
He's just not braked. He just went straight on. I'm not sure what he's doing.
So we're talking about potential suspension failure down the straight, potentially, or something like that. It's hard to see, but that's a huge impact there.
Yeah.
Alad's saying if you still need him for his interview.
Yep. Can you invite him?
So invite him. Yeah, that's massive damage for Mon there. So that's going to be almost surely out of the running now for the race. That's rotten luck there. You call it, we didn't. So he just seemed to go straight on then, did he?
Yep. Second part of the Mulsanne. Just didn't brake. Just didn't even attempt to brake. Went straight on into the tyre wall. Looked deliberate.
Turn out, or did he just go straight on?
It looked deliberate. Interceptor's waiting at the end of the pit lane. And here we go. Grunting Tortoise takes to the track.
Yeah, Grunting is already on the circuit. And we can get an Interceptor in as well. If we need to.
So, Interceptor now done his stint.
You made party open as well, where I can also invite them in.
Yeah. Let's just do that quickly. No, not that. that. There we go. Party's now public. So now we wait. Drivers are now fueled up, and Cash went and put 60 litres of fuel in, which is going to get him a good distance into this race. He's going to be going for at least another hour and a half.
Yeah, Mon is really, really struggling here with that damage off.
Not sure what he was doing.
Difficult to say. But I think the steward might have to have a word with them. I've invited Interceptor. I think I'll also invite Alade, as well as I keep calling Malesi the entire day.
Close enough.
Until AOR told me off. Yeah.
Yeah, now was Alex driving in LMP1? I think he was. Because I think I remember him in an Audi. So, as we said, Grunting is now taking over from Interceptor, so they're now sitting P2 in the overall standings, and P2 in LMP1. GTE leader is currently these guys, who is now entering the pit lane. In comes your GTE leader.
Yep, and also in comes Mon.
Yep. So, is this going to be for a swap? I don't think so. I think FS is going to continue. I think I was told he's going to be taking most of the night shift, as far as I can see.
And welcome to Ow Heads, as I can't pronounce your name.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Can you just make sure your voice is set to be shared, so we don't talk talk to nobody?
Okay. Check. I think it should be activated by...
We'll just make sure.
Yeah, it's activated.
Perfect. So, yeah, so Alex, I think, I haven't been watching all day, so I have to ask you this. Have you been driving an LMP1? Yes.
Before?
Yes.
I did, but not quite much.
Okay, well, GTE leader comes back out on track. So, Alex, how have you been finding the race so far?
It's quite cool. I mean, it's a lot of stuff happening. Unfortunately, a lot of mistakes from our team.
Yeah.
Which is not that good, but yeah, we try to keep up the pace, and maybe we can fight for at least third place.
Yeah, and of course, 24 hours is a bit longer than 5 laps that we're all used to doing. So, what have been, in your opinion, the biggest challenges for driving around for 24 hours?
Actually, it was to find people who also want to drive in for such a long time. And we had 2 drivers. They wrote me yesterday they can't because of some private problems. And yeah, that's we are just 3 people now. We thought we will be 5, so yeah, that's difficult how to plan who is driving when.
Yeah, it's difficult to find somebody who's crazy enough to drive around for 24 hours. But everybody in this lobby is pretty much insane. Anything to add, Mr. Evil Dragon?
Yeah, what do you think's been the biggest achievement so far in this race, do you say, from your team?
Maybe the lap times are quite fast in comparison to the qualifying sessions. So we already did improve a bit, and now, yeah, let's see how it goes to the race, but not that epic stuff happened so far. We have a little bit problem. Our car has not a big fuel tank, so we have to pit more.
Only 50 litres, isn't it?
Yeah, right. So we can do around 10-11 laps, depends on how saving the fuel. So we try to upshift earlier, and drive in higher gears, so we don't have much fuel consumption.
Yeah, in terms of your next stint, when do you see yourself back out on this circuit then?
It around 5 hours, I guess. We have a driver change in around 50 minutes. So Stan's 06 will take the car, and then I will drive around 3 a.m. So that will be British time 2 a.m. So in 5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, looking forward to. Meanwhile, your teammate currently on circuit, Mon, just had a very, very weird off right now. A minute ago, he's currently really struggling. Any idea what happened to him? He seemed to he's just going off the circuit a lot. Currently, really looks like he's struggling. Any idea what's going on?
I saw the crash he had, the big, where he drove into the staple of tires. It was quite heavy. Yeah, I don't know exactly. Maybe his concentration is a bit less. I asked him if it's okay still, but he did say it should be okay for the next 50 minutes. And
Right,
he's going
whoa!
off the road again, nearly.
Dear, that was scary.
Yeah, he seems to be
Oh.
really struggling.
yeah,
So,
just see this.
potentially an earlier stop, potentially, because he's now running off the road at every single corner.
Yeah, I'm thinking of it last few minutes. I have to find an option, but the driver who is taking the car in 50 minutes is still not there yet. So yeah, maybe I drive earlier.
Yeah,
Let's see
maybe
what
you
we-
do a little stint potentially. As
Yeah,
well.
because it's getting crazy.
Yeah, I don't want to have more issues, as you are a little bit weighed down now because of that pit stop. Within about a minute or two in the pit lane.
Anyways,
Well,
well, Alex, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you out on track later on.
Okay, thank you. Happy commentating to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye. See you later.
So then, 16 hours, 47 minutes to go.
at 50 seconds.
And 50 seconds now. So, there's Alex leaving. Cashnet leads. Well, I shouldn't say Cashnet leads. Ferrari B leads with Cashnet at the wheel. With currently the grunting Torda. He actually came into the pit lane, interesting enough, just there. So he made another stop for fuel.
Yeah, fuel. Very odd.
I think potentially that he's just trying to extend his stint a bit longer. Get that fuel in.
Could be an interesting strategy there. Well, Mon just went off the road again there. But
Yeah.
he's managed to keep it going. So he's really on the... Yeah, and Kaz are asking if we need help.
Well, currently we're fine because actually nobody else can get into the lobby, so we're fine.
Yeah, I suppose you'll let that know.
Monsk almost hit the wall
There you go.
again.
Really on the ragged edge right now. I've got a feeling there might be an unexpected stop a little earlier than to switch back to Alids potentially.
Yep, of course. Just make sure.
Oh, he's off the road again.
Just make sure that make sure you keep an eye on the live timings. As you will know, who is where, and currently it's Ferrari B in a massive lead over Gas RT. They're almost a minute ahead at this point in time. Dreamy RT.
What surprises you? Do you know what one thing surprised me? Thunderhead. Haven't seen him for a long time, have I? Have we? Was it a season or two ago, wasn't it? Formula Renault, I think. That was the last time we saw Thunderhead.
Yeah, well, I haven't been here for ages, so I haven't seen any of these drivers for ages.
I haven't seen any of these drivers for ages. I don't even know who this Castanet is.
Yeah, never heard of him.
Never heard of him. Totally not like. Is he 5-time now? I think he's 5 times. I think
Must be.
so. I think Vectra's free, of course. Vectra's in Belgium right now. I think he's actually. I need to ask him if he's in Belgium right now.
He should be.
It should be in Belgium. I've DJ Luke in the chat and Joshua Luke as well. If you want interviews, by the way, or just want to talk or join us, feel free. Put it down below. We'll get you in. Yeah, Petra, I'm pretty certain he's in Belgium.
Yeah, we did do this in, for the AOR GT, not GT, Indy 500.
Yes.
We just had some chats, etc. Which is
Yeah,
really the only thing you can do when there's nothing happening, really.
Yeah, got a lot happening. Well, pretty much spoilers if you haven't watched the F1, which you probably have already seen highlights of it. If you'll be watching this like in a few weeks' time, then this is going to be really interesting. But yeah, quality just happened, of course. The race is tomorrow, which we're probably all going to miss because it's going to probably clash with this.
Yep, but it was a really intriguing qualifying.
Yeah, we'll say P3 and 4 is a surprise. Big
yeah,
surprise.
you know, new team, brand new.
Yeah, brand new team and Formula 1. Oh, already the best, already getting top threes.
And we will say it did rain in Q3.
It was a bit soggy. But more importantly, Sebastian Vettel has broken the Porsche lap record again. So it's back in F1 time. I think it's a 41.7 now or something like
Yeah,
crazy.
and if it hadn't rained, they would have gone quicker.
Which is absolutely insane stuff to see. But yeah, quality was amazing, of course. The drama, of course, in practice 3 with that heart in mouth moment, I'd say, for a certain Waffle in Stoffel.
Yep.
What's your views on that? I had Jess's opinion on it off stream, and what's your view on them? And Joshua Luke says also invite us as well.
All right. Of course, he's with the
Like Team AOR.
Yep. Well, the Dreamy guys, as we all know them.
Yeah, Dreamy, which is very much accurate there. Where is it?
Yeah, Joshua Luke and alongside Ghost Hunter and David Ben, and also More Than Amazing, all driving that car, so they can all have some nice stints, because they have about 5 of them. They also have they did have a team pull out, and I think a few drivers pulled out, so they formed into one.
Yeah, that is correct. The other team there, which was
Dreamy
had to
RT2.
pull out due to a PS4 overheating, which is a real shock and shame. They did join. I think it was Diego.
I mixed
joined
up.
for about-
Not More Than Amazing. Boniface. Gonna get shot for
Yeah.
that one, Boniface. Yeah. Yeah,
Diego
it was actually.
joined us earlier on in the game, and unfortunately disconnected or something bad. And there is Joshua Luke.
Evening.
Yeah.
So, how's your? race
Hang on!
going?
Don't start anything yet. Just make sure your voice is set to be shared.
Ooh. Always allow.
Good. Now we will begin.
Right, how's your race going?
Not too bad. We've just, well, looks like top 2 were just like running away with it, and especially in the first couple of hours with some very quick times. But mostly we kept it doing alright and just keep going.
Yeah. 24 hours. It's a long time. It's a full day. What have you found to be the biggest kind of obstacle or challenge around sim racing for 24 hours?
Well, yeah, this is gonna be my first 24 hours. I think longest I've gone is something like 8 hours and everything. I've done that, like shared it. But yeah, 24 hours it's coming a bit interesting. I'm already behind on my sleep as I decided to start drinking last night.
Good job.
Yeah.
What drink
But
was
yeah,
that?
just get. What drink?
Yeah, what drink?
There was many.
There was many drinks.
Yes, probably about 10.
10 of them.
Yes. So, a little bit sore, but I'm alright.
A bit sober.
He's a bit
Yeah, I've
sore,
got
not
Monster,
sober.
I've got Skittles.
Well, definitely kept you awake then.
Yeah, I think I got in at 3, woke up back up about 9.
So then just did a 24-hour race, just casually as you do.
Yeah, as you do. But now,
I mean, yeah, as a team as a whole, what's your biggest achievement so far in this race, would you say?
I think actually doing okay on the actual swapping the drivers. Because we really don't know how that we're going to work, and we just like managed to sort it out quite decent.
Yeah. Interesting question for you now, and you have to answer it. Who's the best driver on the team?
Ooh.
Do I have to answer this one?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And just no pressure. Everybody, the entire Air War team are watching you now. So yeah, no pressure.
I'll go for Ben.
Ooh, controversial.
Controversial, but
In your own opinion, it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say Ben's very
Nah, he's
quick in
good.
my opinion.
Yeah, it is good. Ben is very consistent.
Yeah, he's
So,
a...
yeah, had
But
any,
hopefully, don't go to his head.
had any moments in the race, like spins or offs that we didn't catch that you noticed?
Not any offs. It's just a few wiggles and that. A few curbs tried to chuck me out, but kept them in that track. But just invalidated a couple of laps, just randomly on the outside of starting the first straight, in which the slowdown does not want to go, despite
Yeah,
going
that's
3+
rude, isn't it?
seconds. Yeah, it's like I lost 3 seconds fastest lap, and it still didn't go.
Apart from that, how did the car feel, do you say, on a, as well, around the circuit? I was talking to David Ben earlier on, in the first one, he said he had a bit of a setup issue. You managed to resolve any of those issues yet?
Yeah, it's just like I've just moved stuff. I've got a new table, and honestly, the table's a bit too light. So when I turn my wheel and everything, the TV wobbles, which is always interesting.
That's not good.
Nah, it's a work in progress. So I can live with it.
Of course, yeah. When's your next stint as well coming up?
I think David Ben's in next time. 1 second. Next driver swap is Bonner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is in, and then I'm in after him, so that should be about an hour 40, something like that, about 11 o'clock-ish.
So is that when Boniface is going to be driving, or is that going to be when you're driving?
11 o'clock-ish when I should be driving. I believe Bonner should be in about 25 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next stop.
But yeah.
then.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see what happens.
So
Just keep
of
it going.
course, excited to drive in the night time, especially because we know the rain to be coming. Excited for that?
I don't believe there is rain.
I've
I
been
got
told there has.
I've been told there is rain.
Oh well, this is gonna be fun then, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll get it going anyway. I actually like the rain because I actually did okay in the AOR GT3 race that was in the rain.
Yeah. I'm pretty certain I commentated that, didn't I?
I think that's the one where you are all off drinking, if I remember right.
Was that?
Oh, that was Skull's win.
Was that when Skull won it?
Yes.
When I was dying, Soup was sober and Vector was being Vector, I suppose.
And we've been clarified.
No
there is no
rain, so
rain.
it is
Thankfully,
gonna
there's not.
So it's changed again then.
Yeah. Anyways, no rain. Probably thankfully for a lot of them.
Any questions from you, Soup?
Do you reckon your boy David Ben's going to catch second place? He's actually taken like huge chunks of time out of the Toyota ahead of him.
I think it's going to be a work in progress. If we keep carrying on getting chunks out of him, then we're more than up for it to pass some pressure on
The
him.
car off. That's mono gone off again.
Oh dear.
Well,
Anyway. Yeah, because he's actually taken 5 seconds out of grunting that lap by, so he's flying, very consistent.
That's the way we like him.
Oh yes. I have nothing more to add. Evil, anything more to add? No.
Well, the thing I say is, do you think Matty D keeps bottling it in everything he does.
I think it's quite evident that he is.
Yeah,
Just everything.
everything.
He was supposed to be doing this one, but he bottled that one.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he
he actually was
wasn't
supposed to be doing it. Yeah, yeah. I heard.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah. Then I think Ben asked me, so I've done it instead.
Yeah. So if you're watching this, Matt, we hate you.
Yeah.
And forever,
It's the
you have the bottle.
Yep.
Yes.
Bottle everything. Ooh, fun.
Alright,
Yeah.
it's been a pleasure, everyone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep it up, sounds good. And
Yeah, enjoy your evening.
try and endure the rest of it.
Well, I think I've been doing this for quite a while now.
You've been on for 6
7
hours?
hours?
7 hours, something like that.
Something like that.
Well, there's only 16 to go.
Yep, only 16 and a half, actually.
Only 16 and a half. 16 hours, 34 minutes, and 25 seconds.
Ooh. But yeah, if you ever need anybody to jump in, I think anybody from our team is happy enough to jump in, so just give us a shout.
Yep.
Okay,
No worries.
We'll get David Ben after the next stint as well.
Yep, no problem, I'll tell him. Alright, thank you very much.
Alright.
Enjoy your stint.
Been a pleasure. Right, cheers. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. I was just checking actually, Boniface just told us that at the start of Ben's stint, the gap between himself and second place was 7 minutes. It's now sitting at 4.5.
That is incredible.
Ben is doing absolute bits in that Porsche.
Indeed, let's hope we haven't cursed him.
When he had a bit of a wobble coming out of towards the
he did
Porsche
just have a
curves.
tank factor. But none of this is really affecting Cass. His last lap around 3:18.
Yeah, he's flying.
David Ben's last lap, we'll find out, is in a few moments. He's coming down towards the Corvette chicane right now, and he's just going to see what he's doing.
Yeah.
It should be around about 3:19s as well. Let's find out.
Roughly should be. 3:22.
Yeah, 3:22, so a little bit slower down. So it's about.
However,
4
once
seconds
again, he took nearly 10 seconds out of Grunting Tortoise.
slower. And Durante, looking at sectors as well on my end. Just waiting for the game to actually give us his split times. Yeah, Grunning's gone off in the first sector because sector 1 is a 1:12 compared to. Of course, we'll find out what the other guy's sector times are in a few moments' time. He's slower than Moon or Mon. Kasnit's setting 1:08 in the first sector, so the pace definitely doesn't seem to be there. Ghost Van Hunter, by the way, saying we'll do an interview after his next stint.
Yeah, so
Whenever that is.
I think he's taking over from David Ben, actually. Should be. No, sorry, Boniface is next in the car.
Yeah,
Boniface,
you got told that a second.
So I think he's probably going to take over from Joshua Luke probably later on in the evening.
Potentially, yes, that would be.
So it'll probably be when Jess is on.
Yes. Well, no rain then, luckily, apart from us being told repeatedly there was going to be rain. So we apologise for believing there was rain. And now we know there isn't any rain, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the GTE boys have been having a quiet one. There is Euro Sim Racing in P1 in the Corvette. Thunderhead is P2, and he is going quicker, but not by much.
He is starting to fly on the circuit, Thunderhead. He's
only a second
pretty used to
quicker.
driving this car at the Corvette, I think. I believe he drives it quite a lot.
Yep, obviously the Multiclass GTE Championship, I think he was in that one.
Yeah, he was. Teamed up with Suki, if I'm not mistaken.
Of course, the Euro Sim Racing team, mostly consisting of drivers from around the area of Germany. We have, I think, I'll have to check on Twitter now, we have drivers from Austria, Switzerland, and Germany, and I'm going to attempt to pronounce this man's name.
Oh,
Where is it? I have to try and find it now.
brace yourselves.
because it's a
The
very...
accurate pronunciation incoming.
Let's find Eurosim Racing on Twitter.
Meanwhile, David Benn's still flying around this circuit. Incredibly quick in the night time. The Porsche seems a lot more hooked up than anyone else. I do apologise if you can hear some fireworks in the background of my mic. It seems that someone's doing some exploding.
Okay, here comes the pronunciation.
Warning.
His name is Uwe Eklof.
Une Eklof.
Uwe Eklof. I think that's how I'm pronouncing that right.
Hopefully. Sorry if we pronounce your name wrong.
Yeah. So they have Uwe, they have Marcel Jensen and Tobias Schmidt.
Yep, of course, he did the first stint. Schmidt did.
Yep. And then it was Marcel Jensen and then Uwe. So yeah, David Ben, Mr. Consistency, it looks like, in the Porsche. Who almost binned it, as I said that.
Yes, exactly on cue.
He's of course he's an AOR GT3 driver in the Pro Tier on the PS4 side.
Quicker than Grunting Tortoise again there.
Now we must remember, Grunting Tortoise...
319 to a 327, taking another 10 seconds off of him again.
Just
that gap is coming down. He's coming into Indianapolis. Benz is coming through into the first chicane. So it's closing up pretty quickly.
Well, I mean, Grunting Tortoise is driving with one hand and a broken finger, and he's also normally a commentator. So
we have a confirmation, by the way, that it is be Boniface taking over. Then it will be Ghost Van Hunter taking over after that.
And that's Thunderhead. David Benz just going past there in the Corvette.
Through, so to say.
Yeah, and Thunderhead is trying to chase down the GTE leader. He's a lap down currently, but there's still 16 and a half hours to go, so there's loads of time. We've been here for 1 hour now.
Going about 3 seconds quicker than the other drivers. I have to say, the person who's done the most laps so far in this session, well, in this part of the race, is currently Mon. He's done 47 laps so far. Second place on the lap time. Delta is Hussar, who's done 6. The least amount of laps done so far is Grunting Tortoise, who's only done 6. Gosuni's came out a few moments ago.
So, Cash, in case you didn't know, is your overall leader in LMP1, driving that Toyota. Grunting Tortoise is currently P2 in the other Toyota, but I have a feeling the Air War boys are going to overtake him in the next maybe hour.
Yeah, could be. Especially with the pace there, looks like stop. Remember, Grunting Tortoise is doing the long game here. He might go a lot longer and take a lot more stints because he's, I think, the only, being, of course, from Australia, he can take a lot longer stint than anyone else. I think it's time to be in Australia right now.
Well, it'll be earlier in the morning.
Yeah, it'll be 12 hours after the time we've got, so it's
about 9 a.m. It's about 9 a.m.
About 9, 8 a.m. So he's waking up. He's going to be going quicker through the day. And imagine he'll be doing maybe 5, 6, 7 hours potentially.
Potentially.
I mean, I can't see why not, of course, because I think who's the Grunting in the team is higher as well. Higher in just Interceptor, is it not? Is there more?
Not too sure on that one. But,
I'll have to check it out. Ah, nope, it's a mistake again. Says Ghost Hunter. Sorry, my mistake. Just as before me after Boniface. So, presumably, Ghost Hunter probably taking around about a 4 a.m. stint, probably to about 8 a.m. I suppose.
Roughly something like that.
Potentially, get some confirmation in the chat. Potentially, would be quite nice. Keeping an update on the timings again. Catching it last lap 318. David Ben 322. Moo 325. Grunting Tortoise 326. He's picking up the pace a little bit now, so he's starting to get to grips with the circuit.
However, he's still 7 seconds off the pace of David Ben. Ish.
Yeah, 7 seconds.
Well, no, well, actually, no, 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Yeah, 5 seconds is a lot. He's slower than Mon as well, of course, and of course Mon is I think a lap behind Grunting Tortoise and David Ben, if I'm not mistaken.
Keep an eye on those live timings. So, yeah, currently, I think the gap between David Ben and Grundy Tortoise is now about a minute.
Yes, we'll see on the circuit. Grunting Tortoise is just coming through Indianapolis. David Ben's is coming, yeah, he's catching rapidly. He's just coming down towards out the second chicane.
Yeah.
Tortoise is just coming
However,
down towards Arnaud.
I'm not sure if they're on the same lap. That's the only thing. You can see Grundy Tortoise about to get lapped by the overall leader.
Castanet doing all the job he can ever do in the world. He's lapping now second position, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he has lapped the entire field at this point, is what he's going to do.
Yep, of course. Not doing a Ferrari 1967, if I'm not mistaken, where they lapped the field 12 times.
And 3 goals.
I think it was 12 kilometers ahead in the end of the race. I think that was about 3-4 laps. No, sorry, not 12. Oh, we've got Mon off into turn number 1 there. How's that happened? Was pointing backwards in the gravel trap and was just reversing out.
Well, currently, Monchik is currently 5 laps down.
Yes, and hopefully we get a confirmation. I believe David Ben and... Well, we can have a look at it if I'm not mistaken, can't we?
I think David Ben might be about
3:23. Yeah, they're on the same lap.
I don't think so.
4:12 to 3:12 to 4:12.
I think David Ben might be actually a lap behind, because Gunnar Tortoise lap 129. Watch as David Ben crosses the line now. It's going to be lap 128. So he's actually pushing to unlap himself from second place.
Interesting, but doesn't make too much sense unless each of the car is separated by that amount of time. So 3:23 off the leader, and then at second place is 4 minutes off of that's just 4 minutes off of second place.
Yeah, that's going to be about it.
So that might explain that.
Taking another 9 seconds out of Grunting.
Well, either way, they're only half a minute separated from each other.
Yeah, and Cash is 3 minutes out in the lead.
Yeah, 3 minutes and 3 minutes 30 pretty much, so
this is
incredible pace. Yeah.
It's pretty much like the real life 24 Hours Le Mans.
Yeah.
And he's going to be
pretty accurate.
he's going to be making a stop shortly for fuel. About 2.5 laps time.
Yep, top two both pitting in. David Ben will be making a driver swap when he pits in next.
That's going to be, yeah, in a little while. He's going to be switching seats with James Boniface, of course.
Oh, catching it. Absolutely decided. Talking about Boniface. There he is. In the chat. And in the lobby, I meant. As well. But currently, Ferrari B still lead the way then as we're coming into 16 hours and 21 minutes to go. Ahead of GAS RT. Dreamy RT is in third with F1 Online Liga in fourth. In the GTE category, we have Euro Racing leading.
Monch has gone off at the Porsche curbs.
Off has gone Monsk again, and that is in the wall as well. And I have to say, pretty certain they'll be switching out very soon.
Yeah, he just doesn't seem to be happy at all in that car.
I think he's going to keep going. He's going to have to come in again, and this is going from bad to worse for the team. Where was I? I was Eurosim Racing, leading the GTE Pro from Beauty and the Beast. The Beast presumably being Thunderhead, and the Beauty probably being Suki. Staying now
Don't
is
forget,
Mons.
don't forget
That's-
Old Rome.
Yeah, and Old Rome. Monsk is staying out here, and that's a lot of damage on that car, is it not, Sue?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. That's... That is very bold strategy there. He's not going to have any lights. He's going to have to be given the black and orange flag, I imagine. Oh, look at that, losing the rear end. He's going straight on, I think.
that is Grunting is coming up to lap him.
Yeah, of course, behind them we've got a Spirit and a Spirits of Durant, I think.
Yep.
Of course, and we're missing, of course, two teams, known as Team Mel and Cuba Libre RT, of course. Both had to pull out for various reasons.
And we're missing Dreamy Racing Team 2 as well. There was two teams of AOR that were supposed to be
Of course, the second
in...
version of its PlayStation overheated, we believe. If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, is it not? Is that the one?
Yeah, it was more than amazing. His PlayStation wouldn't actually start, so that was the issue.
It was a real shame for them, and hopefully, I think we should do some more of this potentially. Maybe plan a 12 hours of Spa potentially, or 6 hours of Spa, or 6 hours of Silverstone or something potentially. I think that'd be quite interesting. What's your opinion on that, Sue? Do you think we should do that?
Yeah, I definitely think an endurance series should be something, even if not maybe just a Triple Crown event. Do the Indy 500 after this one.
Do the Indy 500, of course. Don't know how that would go, and maybe just do some endurance racing as well, or like stuff like this. It's really fun to commentate on. I've enjoyed it. I mean, I've been here for now a long time. I think now 8 hours and coming soon.
Yep, 8 hours pretty much.
Yeah, Monster's got massive damage on that car. He's weaving down the straight, and he's gonna be in a bad situation in a minute.
Yep, and well, Ghost is just
Orange
saying.
flag.
Oh, we've had somebody there. Is Boniface joining the lobby? So let's keep an eye on David Ben. He's going to be pinning very shortly in the next lap and a half.
Like I said, the Audi is the most unstable car. You need a good setup and a good feeling for the Audi.
And Thunderhead is also in.
Yeah, Thunderhead. Now that is that to get a scheduled stop? No, it's not, because he only stopped 2 laps ago.
Potentially Old Rome might come out, but we'll see.
I don't think so. I think Thunderhead's only done 11 laps.
Yeah, maybe just another stop for fuel and go.
Yeah, we do know, let's see, where's David Ben in terms of fuel? He'll come in next lap, maybe. It should be next lap he'll come in. Do one more. Get down to about 4 litres of fuel, so one more lap for David Ben to take us to 16 hours and about 15 minutes, 12 minutes when he comes in.
Yeah.
Cashing it will come in this lap as well, and that presumably will be for a scheduled stop, because he hasn't got a replacement yet. But I believe the next car out will be Hio.
Yeah. David Ben.
I think, but I think Hio's been disqualified from the session.
I don't know, but David Ben passes the lead GTE car. And I think David Ben's got another lap of fuel in that car. Well, he's got another 2 laps, but he doesn't want to push it too much. He'll actually run out of fuel while he's on the way into the pit lane. So he'll be pitting at the end of this lap. Cash, I think, is also going to be pitting at the end of this lap. He's not going to have enough fuel to do another lap. And somebody's left. Trying to figure out who just left. Was that Old Rome?
Yeah, Old Rome.
So Thunderhead just made a stop and went back out again. Of course, the in-game time is synced up to real-life time, so it is a quarter to, well, 10 technically, but add an hour, 11, because it is in France.
Yeah, which I believe we are running just in England, British time.
Okay.
So it's, if I'm not mistaken, it is. So as I can confirm that, if we look out the window, because I can see it's pretty even lighting, even to real light.
Yeah, Hio actually just saying there he can't race because he has to host the live timing.
Ah, so that means who's going to be racing next for Ferrari B? Because it's only Pirelli, is it not?
Ferrari, yeah. So,
So
it's going to
that's
be just
a two-man team now.
yeah of Cash and Pirelli.
So that is going to be difficult. Now,
Oh.
Cass almost went straight off there into the second part of Indianapolis. That is such a difficult corner sweep, isn't it? It's so easy just to snag the right front wheel and just fly yourself off into that gravel trap, isn't it?
I have died so many times at that corner.
Yes, I've crashed so well. We both crashed many times that corner, in especially driving classic cars around there.
Yeah.
And classic come on, doesn't normally end well.
Keep an eye on those live timings. And I tell you what, David Ben has put in one hell of a stint. He's brought the gap from...
Well, I'm getting confused then. Sorry, Cass and Pirelli. Hio's racing in GSA, not the other ring. So who's... I mean, that's what I meant. Who's racing in GSA then? It's... Grunting...
In comes the overall leader. Cash enters the pit lane.
Stop.
A full 3 minutes 43 seconds clear of the next car, which is Grunting. And as I was saying, Dev Van has put in one hell of a push because he's brought the gap from 7 minutes to 3 minutes and 53 seconds before he makes a stop, which he will be doing at the end of this lap. So in comes Cash in it. He's got nobody to take the reins, so he's just going to keep going.
I have to say, Mono's engine sounds really unhealthy. He's going off the road there into, I believe that's called karting that corner. Or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think he's coming in this lap. Yes, he is. That's expect Mono to be in the pit lane for a long time with the damage he's got.
Yep, and just behind is the car of David Ben, and passing through is the GTE car of Thunderhead.
David Ben also in.
This is for a driver swap, and for any of you wondering how it works, you'll see how it works now.
And we'll also get him in for a driver interview as well.
Yeah. Oh, Cash Ferrari and Flip Flip. That was the other driver who was in Ferrari B.
Yeah, who was in GSA then?
You should know because you've been here for the last 7 hours.
Yes, I've forgotten already.
So David Ben finishes his stint.
Inceptor is in there. So I think Inceptor is Hio and Grunting Torches, I think someone else. Can't remember.
So, watch for Boniface. He's going to take to the track very shortly. And out he comes.
Yeah, Alu Champs. There we go.
Yeah, Alu Champs. So, also, Monchka's still in his pit box. David Ben's going to drive to the end of the pit lane and allow Boniface to pass, which will, of course, enable his live timings. And the driver swap is complete. David Ben finishes his stint. James Boniface takes to the track for a Dreamy RT. So, Boniface, of course, I have experienced him in season 14 F1 in the F8 tier, and that season he won 3 times, I think, that season. So he's a well-accomplished racer. I think he's in Project Cars 2 racing now, and has decided he wants to drive around for 24 hours. So he now takes to the track. Cash is back out on circuit for another stint. So he's gonna be driving around for a long time, while Grunting is going to be making a stop shortly as well. And let's keep an eye on the timing. The gap's obviously going to be bigger now between himself there. 3 minutes 58.
So David, as we know that we can hear you,
Yeah.
as we did earlier on, how was your stint?
Oh, I think that was a better stint than this morning.
First one.
Yeah. So no, I think from my point of view, that was a great stint, considering we were 7 minutes behind
You're 4
gas.
minutes behind now.
Yeah. So we're 3:58 now. So we've taken quite a bit of time out of them.
Yeah, so you caught up now. You've got your other teammate in your car. So I presume your next stint's going to be around about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. I presume then, is it not?
Oh God. Early hours of the morning. Let's just say that.
Early hours in the morning.
Yeah. So no. Yeah. So obviously we got James in now for 2 stints.
Yep.
And then we'll
And
have
then it'll be Joshua Luke after
yeah.
that. And then from what we worked out, then it'll be Ghost Van Hunter around about 2, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
doing it for about 6, 7.
Yeah. And then I'll jump back in.
Yeah, so everybody in this lobby is pretty much insane for driving for 24 hours. So, Ben, how have you found? What do you think is the biggest kind of challenge around driving for 24 hours or really long stints?
For me, and I'm not sure if it's because of my age. Granted, I'm 33. My elbows and my wrists just absolutely ache at the end of the stint. They get really stiff. And obviously just concentrating continuously is a challenge in itself, and trying not to do mistakes. There was a couple of times where I lacked concentration and I thought I was going to bin it. A few tank slappers coming in there, as Soup would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You had a bit of a moment into the Porsche curves, we noticed as well.
Yeah, I like to attack that bit quite well, be quite aggressive as I go through it. But I've set the car up so the back end wants to slide out, but just stays with me. So yeah, maybe driving on the edge a little bit too much.
As we were talking with Joshua Luke just a little while ago. I mean, I brought it up that earlier on. You mentioned to us on the stream you were having trouble with the setup. How did you go around amending that then?
Yeah, the setup that I set this morning wasn't ideal at all. I don't know what had happened, but I did, and nevertheless, I did my stint, let the guys get in, and then I headed back into the game, back into a lobby, and messed with my setup. Found a good setup. So I was racing while the guys were racing, so keeping them company. Yeah, and then obviously used that setup for this stint. And I was averaging 319, 320. So for me, that's good times.
Indeed, and also something else before I let you talk to Soup. What's it like driving in these kind of conditions where you've driven in the day and now driven in the night? How does it kind of feel like switching conditions entirely?
It's quite interesting, to be honest. Obviously, driving in the day, you look for your braking points on the road or on the notice boards, but as the lights start to diminish, you kind of obviously you don't have the clear, prominent points of where you're going to start braking, so it does become a little bit tricky. But as you get into the rhythm and into the conditions, you'll notice and you start to get a feel for where those braking points are, and then it just becomes natural.
Yeah.
Any questions, Soup?
Yeah, so I asked Joshua Luke who the best driver is. I'm now going to ask you who the worst driver is on the team, and you have to answer it.
Ooh.
There is no worst driver, because we're not dreamy RT1 for nothing. I mean, to be fair, everyone from our point of view has really put in sort of the effort over the last couple of weeks ready for this. Everyone's setting good times. Everyone's being consistent. Everyone's being encouraging to other drivers and supporting us. Even when they're not racing and they could go off and do whatever they want to do, they stay in our group, gives us words of encouragement. So there isn't a worse driver as yet, but that may change if someone bins it in in the next couple of hours.
So you think that? So you think that like this kind of endurance racing kind of maybe creates a sense of community within kind of a little group, because you had the season 14 guys coming back together to do this long race. So you think it kind of brings communities closer together, I suppose?
No, most definitely. I mean, I've never raced with Gavra Racing before, but the guys have been so welcoming. They've
God, it's
been
been a huge crash. Sorry, Ben. Monster's gone off at the Porsche curves.
It is. Again, he is having the worst race. But worst. He's on like 50th lap now. He's not having a good time, is he?
Yeah. Anyway, carry on.
I think he moves to
What was your question?
Do
So
you...
the Gavra community, yeah. So no, they've been great, and it has been really good to sort of practice them in previous sessions. But it's really nice having sort of two leagues together, racing with each other. But there's that, a little bit of competition there as well, which is always good and healthy. But no, it's definitely sort of collaborative racing, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll let you go off and have a nap and whatever.
I have one more question, and this is something I asked Luke. Do you think Matty D is a bottle?
He is the grade A bottler. if you're ever aspiring to be a bottle job, Matty D is the bottle job to aspire to.
Right, well, on that bombshell, we'll let you go off and have a nap and energy drinks and sweets and whatever.
Love you, Matt. Cheers, guys. I'll hopefully speak to you early out in the morning, maybe.
Morning.
Yep.
Right,
Yep.
Keep doing a good job.
I will.
Stay classy, San Diego.
What is Mono doing, Soup? Is the more important question.
I don't know, but I think we're about
completely flat out into a Tet Rouge. He didn't brake at all. He went track limit extreme. He's revving it out in 5th gear. Pretty certain there's a 6th gear in the Audi. I'm not
There
mistaken.
is.
What's he doing?
I don't know, but we'll figure it out, because I think we're about to see a driver swap for ESR, because I think the Schmidt is about to take over the reins from FFS there, and he's going to take over the lead of the GTE class.
A beautiful shot that is of both the Corvettes, and one of them just decided to stop there. And
Grunting is in.
has to just join.
Grunting is into the pit lane.
Grunting,
And Husa. I think we may see a driver swap here.
Now, who's got a Siphonite ready? Yes, so
Yes.
this is for a scheduled pit stop. Oh, FFS, there he goes.
Yep, so ESR retain the lead of the GTE class, and so that would be, of course, Tobias Schmidt taking over from Uwe there. I think I'm pronouncing his name right.
Siphonite, then he's ready to go. Here he's now throttling up. Engine's on, and yeah, he's ready to go. I can see him weaving the tyres.
So Grunting is coming back out. He's doing a couple of stints, obviously, so that's going to allow Boniface to just close that gap even more, to bring it back to kind of roughly where it was. About 3 minutes-ish.
Give or take. Siphonite rolls out with the Ferrari then.
Yep.
Number 71.
We spoke to him earlier.
You can hear him, but
We did speak to him, promise.
Yeah, promise. See if we get Hussar in potentially as well.
I don't think he has a mic.
Pit stop. I don't think he has a mic. That might be a problem there.
Yeah.
Siphonite just waiting here, like, for his teammate to drive, and there we go. Both Ferraris are now driving together in sync down the pit lane.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to pass him before the end of the pit lane, because that'll mess up the timings. And there we go.
Passing now.
Driver swap
And on the
occurs.
circuit. And into the pit lane, and out he goes.
Siphonite joins the track with 16 hours left to go.
Thunderhead closes up a little bit. What's the gap between Thunderhead and Siphonite? Not much, I don't think. I think that is the closest battle on the circuit currently, if I'm not mistaken.
They're on the same lap. I think it's about 2 minutes. It should be closer now.
Yeah, Thunderhead is coming into turn 1, and and Cyphers is coming down into Teta Rouge.
I think Thunderhead's a lap ahead. Gap's about 2 minutes.
Get some stuff here, by the way. Mono's just spun off into the wall nearly again. He's not having the best of times. He just goes and cuts the corner a little bit there. He's really struggling with nutrition right now, I suppose.
Nutrition.
No, I think something else is...
Nutrition.
Yeah, he might be struggling with
Nutrition.
for that.
Evil.
You might be struggling for that, you see.
16 hours to go.
Yeah, Evil's already lost his mind.
Yep.
Meanwhile, in lead, Ferrari B is going sideways. The corners. Now,
Yeah.
that's what you don't want to be doing for the leader, is getting on that curb on the inside of the positive curve in the first part of it. And so you're almost courageous off the road. Let's see.
Well, Cash has been in the
Mono's
car.
taking the corner flat and cutting the corner, so that's not good.
Well, Cash has been in the car for as long as we've been streaming, which is an hour and a half. So, I'm not sure when he's going to have a driver swap, but there's no limit to the stints, so he can go as long as he wants. However, there is a document, a spreadsheet that kind of details roughly when the driver swaps are going to occur.
Yes.
So
Which
I shall
can't open.
I shall grab that.
Yes, that would be good. Well, I hope you're enjoying us here in the pitch black nighttime here of the Circuit of the Surf for the 24 hours of Le Mans, 15 hours and 58 minutes and some seconds. Hussar's left the session there, meaning for the first time ever, there's only just me in the pit lane now. It's nice to see. I'm in the pit lane.
Yeah, this is now 8 cars on track. Nobody in the pit lane, as you said. So we should see a Ferrari B.
Who do you think's going to win in this KSI versus Paul of Logan?
I don't know, because the fight's actually done, should be.
Oh, is it?
Should be done.
No, I wonder who won. Should we play games? Should we play a game of guess who won the thing?
I'd have to guess KSI. I'm just checking. We should see a driver swap for Ferrari B in about 15 minutes, roughly. I think if we maybe add 15 minutes to that, I think we should see maybe one at around 11:30 our time, or 10:30 our time. Sorry.
He'll be taking the car.
We don't know. It could be in
someone question mark.
It was going to be. It's either flip flip or Pirelli.
I presume Pirelli then, because Flip did the stint before this.
Yeah. Well, actually, Ferrari B are due to be our next driver swap anyway, along with Dreamy Racing Team. So, we'll have that to look forward to. So, the kind of battle we kind of want to keep an eye on is the one between Boniface and Grunting. Trying to figure out who actually won that fight.
It's not even started yet. It's literally just started.
Oh, okay.
Wonder who's actually going to win it, like. I mean, I know who I want to win it, because
Yeah.
one of them's... Yeah, I think if you want the other one to win it, then you'll let's not get into it, and let's not talk about that. So let's move on to something better. It's called watching the 24 Hours of Le Mans here with Gavra Racing, and I hope you've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying it for the now nearly 10 hours I've been here-ish. I think, yeah, now it's definitely gone over 8 hours now.
You've been here for about 8 hours and 5 minutes.
Yes.
So,
Living the dream.
yeah, well, it's something different to just normal run-around races for an hour and a half. This is, like, we've been going for about an hour and a half now.
Yeah, we've just done what we would normally do if we were commentating on a normal Gavra race. A bit more. See, I think Gavra should start doing races at this time, about not this time, like 10:30, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because I think that's when everyone has their energy up.
Yeah.
Personally. I mean, as a commentator, I think it's probably quite good.
Yeah, because I'm not tired at all.
I mean, I'm not tired because I've been here for 10 hours. It's kind of
8 hours and 5 minutes. You're not anywhere
hours
near
and-
10 hours. You'll be here for 10 hours in
2 hours time.
in 2 hours time. So when your stint is done, actually.
Yes, I'll be here for 10 hours. And then I think Jess will do a
4-hour stint.
4 hours stint.
Then we'll have a break.
Also be about the same.
And
Ohio, I believe, will be streaming potentially after that. So we'll
maybe.
maybe have a bit more of a stint.
But we
after
will
that.
still, of course, have the live timing streaming throughout the night, so you can keep an eye on it.
Yeah, and then we'll be back around about 7, 8, maybe 10 in the morning, depending
Well, Jess is due on at 11 p.m. and she's going to take Rise up to the end of this
on
race.
11 a.m.
Yeah, 11 a.m. until 12, not 12 p.m., 2 p.m. She's due to be here until, and she's going to take us right to the end.
When the F1 starts, I'll have to look at that.
That's around 2, so it should be
Right.
finished right around when the Grand Prix starts. And the Grand Prix starts at 10 past 2 now, so
Ah,
'Cause you-
perfect.
so they kind of timed this nicely.
Yes, they timed it nicely for us.
F1 fans. Speaking of which, F1 2018.
Yes, the game that I will get soon, thanks to hashtag Save Evil, the movement. I thank Jess for that. Thank you to you as well.
Hashtag Save Evil worked.
Yeah, hashtag blessed evil. Hashtag saved her. And off goes Mono into the wall. That is a huge impact there. And that isn't an Arnaud. He's lost the rear and just slammed back into the wall. Front end wipes up as well. The lights are gone. The car has got out of control. And there is Alad disconnecting.
Well, Alan
even
hasn't
know
been
he
in the
was
session
here.
for ages.
I didn't even know he was here, but he is here. But that is a huge frontal impact. Let me talk about F1 2018, the game. Hashtag save Diablo.
Yeah, as well. Also, just saying more than amazing. He says more than amazing. Just saying, enjoying the banter between you two.
Dude, what?
Look at the YouTube chat, you mong.
Oh, well, hello there.
So the gap between
Why is Mon not coming the pit? What is he cutting the corner for? What is going on here? I'm so confused. Why is he not pitting? He's... Okay, I mean...
Let's just
commitment, but
yeah, definitely.
he's leaving so...
But as I was saying, the gap between second and third in LMP1 is now sitting at 3 minutes 57, and Boniface is currently lapping 4 seconds a lap quicker.
Yes.
So these guys are
I
quick.
think Running Tortoise is coming back up to pace now, I think.
Um,
Big slide there.
But meanwhile, out in
Yes, you're
front,
mentioning F1.
I mean,
Yeah, with 1 foot.
Cash is like, he's still saying 319s.
Yes, he's literally like Iron Man right now, or Superman. He just doesn't stop.
Yep.
The only thing that will stop him is like barrier. Oldrome's joined us now.
So
That
for-
must be.
That's an old message.
No, he's just joined on my end lap now.
Okay, fair enough. But no, for those of you who are
So is Alex.
for those of you who are new to Gavra Racing, Cash, and it is like
OP.
the Michael Schumacher of the league. I suppose he wins everything. He's a 5-time champion. In
He's fancy, right?
yeah, he's a 5-time champion. He's won Formula B, Formula Golf, 2 GT3 championships, and he's won something else as well.
Did he win? No, I think Ferrari won last season, didn't he? Wait, no, yeah, no, yeah, Cass did win last season.
Yeah.
In what was that? Oh, it was GT3.
Yeah.
I think it's got 3 GT3s now.
Yeah, so if you can't tell, he's pretty dominant.
Yeah.
And
Hello, Jess, in the chat, by the way.
his teammate Ferrelli is also on the same level as him. Because most...
Three-time champion.
Yeah, he's actually Cash was saying that the reason that he's managed to get so quick is because of the push that Ferrelli gave him, because Ferrelli used to, in his on quotations, whoop his ass at everything. So he just learned, and now he's on par with him pretty much.
Yeah, well,
I think we're
the
getting
other
ready.
multiple champion is Ferrari and Vector, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, in Gavra Racing. Of course, Vector, a three-time champion.
Oh, Monchka's off
Formula
again.
Renault Motor3. Now where's he off this time?
Arnaud
That's the same
again.
corner. That's Arnaud again. This time it looks like he spun off the other way. Surely, surely a lady's out in the pit lane. Oh, no, he's not.
No, he's not.
He was in the pit lane.
Was.
Or was in the pit lane. Now he's like imploded in the pit lane. That was glitchy.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean...
Getting caught by a GTE car.
Maybe not. Because Thunderhead almost binned it in the wall there.
Yeah, looks like we got issues for Kraza, 1990, of course, the other commentator. That might have been joining us at some point, but it looks like we've got some issues, of course. Tomorrow, Jess will be joining us in a little while.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, definitely. At the end of the stint.
Yep, she was doing Air Dirt 4, of course, so that's all done. I think it ran smoothly this time.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Sounded like it. But yeah, of course, the race is coming into its, I'd say quiet period, but to be honest, it had more action here than it has the entire other part of the race. Drum and stuff. Grunting Tortoise is starting to get a push on now.
However, he's still 5 seconds slower than Boniface, who's actually putting in some decent lap times. That was a 3:20.8,
Yeah,
but still Cash is still doing 3:18.2s.
Yeah, I don't know what Cass has got in his car. Probably some magic personal. Yeah, I suppose Cass is magic, but yeah, going back to champions, I think the only multiple champions, quadruple and triple world champions, is Vectro, Ferrari, and Cass, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Vector won
Formula Renault.
Formula Renault and 2 karting championships, I think.
Back on GT6.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a multiple world champion, nearly.
Yeah.
And I think only other champions, I think, can remember. I can't really remember who else won the championship.
Hyo won the
Hyo.
GT3 championship.
Yeah.
And
Hyo, we can always remember Porfiello.
yeah, which you still can't pronounce.
Yeah. Still may never be able to pronounce his name.
In probably one of the most controversial finishes of all time.
Yes. Go watch that, by the way. I can't
If
remember
you can find it.
Yeah, was it
LMP3 at Dubai?
Yeah, LMP3 Dubai. The last 100 meters all you want to watch.
Yeah.
And then just me, Soup, and I think was it Bowie's first ever commentary, potentially.
Yeah, because the basic idea was Porfuera thought he'd won the championship when he won, but then somebody else ran out of fuel, and Buraspo, I think, passed him and won the championship,
Yeah.
and got second and won the championship.
And then there
By
was
1
a
point.
lot of back and forth in the Libo Club.
Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth in the commentary box because we didn't think that anything had changed, and we did some calculations and then went insane.
Yeah. Oh my goodness me, Mono's lost the entire front of the car! Where's it gone?
Oh, God.
God!
This is Thunderhead and Cypher Knight on track. And
Yeah,
Cypher Knight's about to
yeah,
unlap himself. He's about to unlap himself.
I think he has unlapped himself, actually.
Not yet.
Thunderhead.
No, I mean,
Thunderhead
Thunderhead's
is
going to
ahead.
unlap it. Has he? Or is he going to put another lap on him?
One way or the other, something's happening.
Yeah. However, these guys are...
Stuck behind an
LMP1.
car. Going about the same speed as them.
A
interesting
little
sight
bit
to see.
embarrassing.
which has got no front end at all. So he's gone in for that wall in a very big way, and now he's getting overtaken
by a
some
GTE car.
Two of them.
So Thunderhead has just put a lap on Cypher Knight there. Another lap. I think Cypher Knight got past him, and then he just got repassed again.
Mullen amazing. Mono is a nutter. He's great entertainment. Wow.
Oh.
I don't know what... we'll come in the pit lane in a few moments' time. And I believe...
No. No, why would you?
What?
I mean, he's missing the entire front end of his car. No, you don't need to pit. At all. He's in the gravel.
This is... apologies to
I'm a bit
his team,
speechless.
but this is embarrassing. Shocking, really. I mean, I've never seen something like this in a long while. He's driven past the pit lane a few times now.
No, Alex has rejoined, so... Alex,
Definitely gonna be shouting at him.
the engine's revving, so, I think Monster's
Doesn't sound
about to
very
get...
happy.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't think I'd be happy if that was happening.
No.
But I wouldn't be doing a 24-hour race, because why would I do a 24-hour race?
I mean, you technically are doing
Second-
one now.
What would I race in one mode? That's
Yeah, it's different. That's a different matter. And I do like how everybody decides to drive on the left down the highway, which is the wrong side of the road in this country.
Yes, which is probably the right side of the road in this country.
Well, no, they drive on the right in France.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
So they are opting for the left-hand side.
That's a good point. How is Mono not pitting? I don't know, Jess. How is Mono not pitting? I'm confused for that too. And also David Brenn's sterling job for Boniface. He's doing a good job. We'll see him in the pits, I think. About an hour or so, I think.
He's doing two stints, we were told. So, yeah, maybe
About an hour.
about an hour, yeah.
That should match up around about the same time as the streamer cut off, I believe.
Roughly.
Oh, and off goes again the Audi nearly. He's caught it just about. No, he hasn't.
So let's check the gaps. Gap between second and third is now 3 minutes 44 seconds. It's coming down very, very, very quickly. Because Boniface just went 13 seconds quicker than Grunting. Grunting, I think, is struggling a little bit because he's driving with one hand and a broken finger. So, yeah.
This is absolutely incredible.
And he's about to actually put another lap on Monch, speaking of Grunting. He's, Monch is now going to be a grand total of 9 laps down. He's 10 laps off the leader. Oh, God, Tortoise!
Oh, huge crash there, and in the wall goes Thunderhead as well. He's gone off in a huge way there. Multiple cars off the road, and that surely is a humongous moment there.
I just caught the end of Grunting. He went sideways into Indianapolis. I don't know if there was contact with anybody because ghosting is enabled, but a little bit confusing. And in all that carnage, Boniface unlapped himself from Grunting. And now he's on the same lap as the second place man.
Well,
And
now
Monch
he's
goes
fine.
off again.
Well done. And he's in the wall. And now he's been lapped again.
Yeah, well,
Meanwhile, Thunderhead had a massive moment, by the way. I think he hit the wall. If he didn't, he managed to get that stop, but he went straight then. Like I said, easy to look up.
I think he managed to actually keep it out of the wall because he was in the gravel trap at the end of Indianapolis.
Very
so
lucky.
Very lucky. I don't actually know what really happened there. I have to review that one again. So now Grunting lost a ton of time. As you can see, he's got damage on the right side.
Is that Mono in finally?
You
Yes,
are correct. Driver swap incoming. A long time coming, I think. Alice is in the pit garage revving his engine. And we're about to see a swap for the Audi team, the F1 Online Liga team. They are 24 minutes behind the next car. 24 minutes. And
Incredible race here, and I believe surely a lady's going to be taking that car for a while then.
so Boniface and just going through the first part of the Mulsanne, and Grunting is just behind, so that gap has come down. And Boniface is now going to be trying to get on the same lap. He's going to have to put in some rapid laps, but I think he might be able to do it. So let's keep an eye on the driver swaps. Alids is waiting. And Monch is going to be in that pit box for a long time.
Long time, I'll say.
And he's going. And Alids can get going now. And finally take over from his esteemed colleague. And he goes out on track and takes over from Monchk.
On the top of all things GT related, the new McLaren GT3 car looks amazing.
Yeah.
720S GT3 car. It basically looks like the what's the car of GTA? The McLaren GTA.
I can't remember what it's called.
Looks like that. Can't remember what it's called.
Also, Bugatti released a new car, the Devo, which is £5 million.
£5 million diesel.
They're making 40 of them, and they're already sold.
And they've already sold out. Yeah.
So, think about this. Think about the profit. 5 million times 46.
Yes, and that is
That's about
92 million ish.
5 million times 40. It's about 200 million.
Yes, 200 million pounds have been run there. That means they can make lots more cars for 5 million pounds.
Yeah. I don't particularly like it.
I haven't seen what it looks like. Yeah.
It looks
But
like a Veyron with a few bits stuck onto it.
Well, isn't that basically just a Porsche then? Just normally.
No.
Okay, maybe it doesn't look like a Porsche, but I was referring to this little. Oh, never mind.
I prefer. My favorite is the Chiron. I like the Chiron.
Yes, the Chiron.
But the Devo just
I
looks
don't
like
like
a.
it,
It looks like the kind of the Vision GT from GT Sport, kind of that kind of vibe off it.
Oh, that thing. Oh dear.
Yeah, £5 million for that.
My Lamborghinis. But I suppose it probably does like 270 now, probably. Right?
I don't know. I think we missed actually that Cypher Knight is actually unlapped himself from Thunderhead.
Yes, I did say notice tell you that he went off the road.
Right, fair enough. Meanwhile, I think Cash it might be about to make a stop shortly. About 2 laps time. Still pushing very hard.
It sounds like that fight, by the way, it seems to have ended in a draw.
Oh, okay. Okay, more money. Yeah. Yeah.
He's going to be a part 2.
A part 2, yeah. Yep. It's going to be never ending.
Yep, 10,000 years in the future, racism versus man.
So currently, Cashinit leads for Ferrari B, driving the Toyota. and he's currently a full 5 minutes 23 seconds ahead of the next challenger, which is Grunting Tortoise, and he's losing time rapidly to the Dreamy Racing Team boys, the AWR boys in P3, who are now 3 minutes 17 off of P number 2. They're still a lap down off that guy, so they can maybe get back on the same lap. They can really challenge, which is going to be the push for Boniface, and after that it'll be Joshua Luke in the car. And
Indeed.
Boniface doing a double stint. And Kashnit's doing like a quadruple stint. He's done 4 or 5 stints at this point.
He's been going now, I think, since I would say round about how many laps has he done after then?
He's done 144 laps is the total for Ferrari B. Flip's done some of those.
35 so far.
35 laps.
So that's a lot.
So he's been on the go for about over 2 hours. He's been in the car.
Yep, so he's been going pretty much since I think we stopped.
Yep, well, since we started.
Be coming in this or next lap, of course.
Probably next.
And of course,
Maybe this one, but probably next.
But maybe not.
So now,
About 15 hours and 30 minutes to go, pretty much nearly.
yeah, we still have an hour and a half left to go in our stint. So we'll have 14 hours left to go once we end here, and Jess will take over. So you've been going for 8.5 hours now.
Yep, 8.5 hours of project cars.
Duh. Oh dear.
I promise I'm not getting tired.
I mean, I slightly am, and I've only been going for 2 hours.
I've been going for quadruple that.
Yeah, well, that's because I know it's kind of getting late. I mean, and also because I'm looking at nighttime on my screen. Yeah, Alan's going through Indianapolis now. Spoke to him earlier as well. He's
What?
I don't think he's going to make up a 25-minute deficit. Unless something catastrophic happens.
Which is the realms of possibility.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still 15 hours to go. I mean, 15 hours time, we could see drama still.
So just as we said, always keep your eye on those live timings, which will show you the positions of the drivers. And Boniface has almost brought that gap to just under 3 minutes. He's lapping almost 10 seconds a lap quicker than the next Toyota, which is ridiculous. But he is due in for a stop shortly. Let's keep an eye on what's Grunting's fuel load like.
Don't forget, so is Grunting in not too long as well.
Actually, he's got another 5 laps in the tank.
Yeah, at least another 5 laps, but
Boniface has got about 2. But he'll be able to kind of really push on.
Oh, that's a bit of a lag spike for old room, that.
Yep, he was in the pits and just left.
Yeah, noticing it's getting a little bit more laggy each time people leave now. May start causing issues later on, hopefully it does not.
Meanwhile, in GTE,
yeah, the battle is still brewing potentially as Schmidt leads is it Funhead leads car? I don't have a clue who
not Tobias Schmidt, this is the guy leading.
Schmidt, Cypher, then Thunderhead, I presume.
No,
the
Schmidt,
gap is
Thunderhead.
close.
Schmidt, Thunderhead, then Cypher.
So it is actually in order of circuit as well.
The gap between first and second in that is 2 minutes 44 seconds. Schmidt is really pushing hard there.
Yeah, he's looking like he's got a comfortable lead, but never say never in a 24-hour race, because 2 minutes isn't a lot in They'll race that less. 20 minutes is a big gap.
And let me just tell you the difference in speed between a GTE and an LMP1. The GTE leader is 56 minutes off the lead LMP1. Actually, off Alids, sorry. Off Alids. So, so they're almost an hour behind. Over an hour behind, actually.
Yeah, way over it.
Which is the difference in speed and downforce. Even though these are the cars with the most downforce in the GT class.
Oh, look, Thunderhead's gonna go and pass, I think. Yeah, it's gonna
Slash
pass
Light again.
Again, so that's another lap on him. But it's not, because he's of course made that mistake a little while ago. So now Thunderhead's gonna try and close up to the Smiths, but that difference is massive.
2 minutes 44. That's not that big in Le Mans terms. He is he's not lapping as quickly though, so that gap is increasing. And Cash in from the lead.
That's where he's got to pit stop now. I imagine he'll go on for another stint. And
He's
then,
got nobody to
on.
take over, so yeah. This is his 5th stint, I
Got to do
think.
another stint.
And
But we
yeah.
imagine he'll come in soon.
But I'd wager Boniface would be in this lap as well.
Yeah.
Grunting will
I'd
stay
imagine
out.
Well, how much fuel's he got? 5 points. Yeah, I'll have to come in this lap. He could try and do it, but he said 4.7 litres a lap. Just what Luke told us, I think. So if he does not pit, then he's running a little bit close, but imagine he'll have to come in this lap.
Yeah. Cash just taking his time. He's got 5 minutes if he wants it. Out he comes for stint number 5 or 6 at this point. That's Alids going past, or just there. And Boniface. Oh, Boniface spun it! That's the first mistake I've seen from the AOR guys. He dropped it at Arnage. It looks like he's been in the wall. Look. He's broken the left front light.
Don't know if you just mentioned it, Super. Boniface just spun, man.
Yes, I just said that about 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, I saw it. I had my mic off then.
Yeah, he's been in the wall as well. So
Yeah.
that's the first mistake I've seen from the Dreamy guys.
So well done, David Ben, for cursing it.
Yeah, he went off an Arnage, which is a culprit for doing that. So he's lost a chunk of time. He's into the pits this lap anyway. But he would have lost about 10 seconds.
Not the end of the world, though, is it?
No. Grunting is second place, of course. And he's going to actually pass him and put another lap on him. In he comes. This is for damage and fuel now, so it'll take a little bit longer. Grunting's just about to come through the Corvette chicanes. And he will pass and put another lap on him. Because they were actually on the same lap. They're not anymore though. Because the gap was 3 minutes and 6, which is less than a lap. Now there's a lap on him. But Grunting still has to make another stop in the next 3 laps. And Boniface on his way out. There is your GTE leader. And has Evil Dragon died, is the question.
No, I'm still alive.
I need to get my phone charged, actually. My phone's about to die, so I'll be back in a moment.
Well, the race is coming to its coming not too far away from midway. It's about 3 hours away from the midway of the race. At 2 in the morning, so a couple of hours to go. But it's going well so far, the race. I hope you've been enjoying it like we have here in the commentary booth. I mean, all 4 of the commentators so far. We expect a few more to join us as well throughout the throughout the day and throughout the night and tomorrow morning as well. Of course, any comments, put them down below. Grutling Tortoise is the man on a mission right now. He's being caught very quickly by Bono Face. In terms of sector times, of course, won't get a valid yet until, of course, a couple of laps of time. Up front, though, it is Cass leading away, and he is actually coming up to that car of a lady. Or Aled, actually.
Yeah, if there's one thing we will get out of this long stint, Evils, you will learn how to pronounce names correctly.
Yes,
you will.
Jacopo joined us.
Aha, Jacopo. So he's going to be taking over the GTE from Thunderhead, yeah.
I think.
Yep, he is. He's part of the Beauty and the Beast team, which is Thunderhead, Jacopo, and Suki.
Yep. The Beauties and the Beast.
Still a bit of a discrepancy as to who the Beast and the Beauties are.
Yes.
We still don't know,
I think
we never
we
will.
know who is. Meanwhile, the lead of LMP1.
It's Cash. He's about to lap Alids.
Yep.
Again.
Flying around.
Well, Alids is currently about 10 laps down.
Yes.
He actually is 10 laps, but this is going to be his going 10 laps down. And there it goes.
That is massive, by the way.
That's half an hour behind.
So a lap round here is 3 kilometers.
Oh, he's actually trying to get past him again. He must be bored. And he's gone.
Like we said in the chat, a few people saying that the Audi is one of the difficult cars to pass.
Difficultest. You really are getting tired, aren't you?
Yes.
Most difficult.
Most difficult car to set up.
Yeah. So the gap between second and third went up to 4 minutes now, thanks to that mistake from.
And off goes Aled into the grass there and into the gravel. Well, he is really proving that it's difficult.
Yeah, a bit wide out of our notch as well. So let's get a quick run through of your current order. It's currently Ferrari B leading, which is cashing it in the Toyota. Grunting Tortoise P2 in the other Toyota, driving for GAS. And we have Dreamy RT, Dreamy Racing Team, in P3. Boniface driving the Porsche currently. And then we have Aled in last place in LMP1, a full half an hour behind the next car. Then leading the GTE class, we have Tobias Schmidt currently in the car for European Sim Racing. Then we have Thunderhead for Beauty and the Beast RT, who is due a driver swap shortly, I would wager. I think he's coming in this lap, actually.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, Jacopo, I think, going to be taking the reins. And third in GTE, or technically, well, everybody in GTE is going to get a podium anyway.
Yes.
Cypher Knight's currently third, I think. I think actually we were told that Cypher Knight might actually be P2. Because I think there's a little bit of timing discrepancy there.
Yes, there might be.
So watch out for Thunderhead. I think he might be coming to the pit lane, and that is it. Affirmative. So he's going to be swapping with Jacopo. It's a very We've got an Italian. They've got an Englishman, and they've got a Japanese woman who lives in Portugal.
A wide variety of people and nationalities.
Yes. So let's keep an eye on Thunderhead. He's making a stop now.
And of course, the only female as well as was Suki.
Well, technically not anymore.
Yeah, well, not anymore, but Jess, of course, mixed up the genders earlier on a little bit.
Hmm. There's Jack Paul leaving the pit lane.
Yep.
Is to wait for.
It's a beautiful strut there.
Apparently, Logan Paul won the fight.
Has he now?
Apparently.
Well, I worked out as a draw.
We'll have to see that one. Check on Twitter. That's where it's all going to be. It's currently trending on.
That's not gone well. That between Thunderhead. I'm pretty certain he wasn't. Oh, he's not. Oh.
There we go. Well, we switch now.
Well, it wasn't meant to do that. It was meant to come to the end of the pits before it did that.
No, definitely ended in a draw.
So, yeah, it definitely did end in a draw.
And apparently the draw. Well, Jake Paul won the other fight, which I think is probably about right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Grunting Tortoise into the pit lane, which will now allow Boniface to get the push on and try to make up as much time as possible. As you can see, he's pushing the limits very much. Oh!
I think Grunting's hit the wall recently, actually, so...
Well, I mean, he had that off. He's flashing his lights down the pit lane.
Yeah, he's got the windscreens absolutely smashed to bits.
Might have had another off then, but he's refueled again and got going.
Yeah, meanwhile...
So obviously,
now
I think
under a lap.
Yep, I think he's put himself on the same lap as Tortoise now.
He must have.
Yeah, so the gap is 3 minutes 58 last time across the line, but it's going to be short. It's going to be a smaller gap next time. The gap between the leader and second place, 5 minutes, which is about 2 laps. It's almost 2 laps actually, because Grunting is at the end of he's at the chicane, the first Mulsanne chicane, and Cashnet's about to enter that section. And he's got 47 litres of fuel, which is going to get him about 10-11 laps. And I reckon after that stint, I think it's going to be a driver swap for Ferrari B.
Yeah, surely you have to imagine that's within the realms of possibility.
But at this point, when you've been driving around for so long, you're just so in the zone, you can probably do it with your eyes closed.
Yeah, well, not literally, hopefully, but
Maybe he is.
maybe. Think about the possibility, I suppose.
If you could take a power nap down the Mulsanne.
Yeah, take a power nap down the Mulsanne each time. Of like a 20-second power nap. Not even that these days anymore. The speed these cars do. Not quite doing 260 like they used to down back in the old days. Nearly.
Yeah.
They're getting there. Got some almost 305 kilometers now, 310 kilometers an hour plus down into Indianapolis here. The Cashnet was it? See, 318 kilometers an hour into Indianapolis. That is insane speed.
Which is 180 miles an hour, or over 180 miles an hour, almost 200.
Really does show you how quick Cashnet and this whole team is, or Ferrari B, it has Pirelli, also Flip as well, but Castanet has really very much put this car through its paces.
However, there's still 15 hours to go in this race.
Yes,
Oh,
15 hours.
grunting is
Oh,
off.
yeah.
Grunting is off.
Yes, grunting off. 15 hours.
Oh, he's been in the wall
15
hard.
minutes. Yeah, that's going to be another pit stop. So now,
I think Boniface.
Boniface, it might actually take the position. 15 hours, 15 minutes, and 15 seconds. 15.
Yeah, so grunting's going to be a long time in the pit lane. He's going to lose about a minute in the pit lane.
Now, how he's done that, he's must have got on the curb on the inside, dropped the rear left onto it, and the speed left into the wall, causing a huge amount of damage.
Yeah, it's a shame for the team that started on pole.
Yep, and it's hopefully they can recover. But this means Bono faces coming down to the second chicane.
Yeah, he's going to take a big chunk of time out of them.
At least 30-40 seconds, maybe more.
Well, the gap last time by on its own was 3 minutes 45. So it's going to come down under 2 minutes, I reckon, by the end of this stop. This is an unscheduled stop for GAS.
It depends how much damage was done to the car, really.
Well, the whole front end was missing.
Yes, which normally means
There he
a lot,
goes.
but no, maybe not. The gap, we'll find out, but Boniface is coming down out of the Mulsanne towards Indianapolis as Grunting now heads down that pit lane, only 60 kilometers an hour. You can see he's just trying to get as much speed as he can. Now he's allowed to go. But the gap, it's going to be around about 50, maybe 70, 50 plus seconds at least.
Yeah.
Maybe just about 2 minutes. But they are both on the same side of the circuit.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be on the same lap now.
Yeah. At some point. And
Which
this
is a
lap will be in the
bonus.
same lap.
Hey, Boniface sliding through Arnage there.
And off goes Grunting again, nearly. He's struggling with that broken, what is it not that he's got?
Finger. Bit of a difference.
Finger.
He's
Which
driving
could be
with-
your foot if you were standing upside down.
He has got a wheel, but he's using automatic gears. Because he can't shift with one hand.
This may not be helping him, actually. That may be the reason why he's struggling a lot more with the automatic gears.
Oh, he's
Like
missed the
taking
first chicane.
that rev, and he's going to have to slow down a lot there.
Or not.
He's going to have to slow down. Stewards, I saw that, so the stewards will look into that potentially.
Oh, we got a spinner in the GTE class. That is
And that-
Cypher Knight.
Yeah, Siphonite into the 4 chicane.
Yeah.
Done on
Spin,
the
a
curb,
spin
looks
is
like.
almost a wake-up call in Le Mans racing. So just open your eyes. You are still racing. So I can confirm the
Yeah.
gap is now 2 minutes 11 seconds between second and third. And maybe getting smaller.
Yeah, he's getting smaller very quickly because of the speed that this
So-
man, Boniface, is doing.
I have to say, the stints that both Ben and James have done have brought the gap from 7 minutes to 2 minutes.
And off goes Grunting again into the wall. My
Ooh.
goodness.
I think DRT maybe about to take second place.
I don't
Is
know
it-
if he's hit the wall hard. It just looked like a gentle nudge, but definitely got some damage on that car.
What is going to happen into Indianapolis with one hand? May I wager?
Yes, that sounds like one of those things. Man takes Indianapolis in one hand. What happens next will shock you.
The following. Oh. Oh, he's done it.
Oh. Oops. Oh. There's your answer.
Round of
That's a lot.
applause.
That needs the shocking.
However, this next corner is where he went off.
Man takes Porsche curb at high speed. What happens next may shock you. Dun 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 dun. Na na.
Oh.
Well, that's anticlimactic.
Yeah, but he was
Maybe
taking at
he's realised.
he was taking at a very reduced speed.
Yes. That gap to Boniface is now definitely under 2 minutes.
Yeah, Boniface is just coming on to the second Mulsanne. He's gone down towards Indianapolis, and Grunting is just coming across the finish line. He's going to be coming across it. Oh, now.
Now, there we go.
Boniface about to enter Indianapolis. So that gap is going to be under 2 minutes now.
Yep, give or take.
About 2 minutes even. So the gap between first and second now grows to 8 minutes.
Yep, but the gap to second and third, now only 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
Cash is still setting 3:18s.
Yeah, he's like on a different level. He is like God mode.
Or he's so in the zone, he doesn't even know he's doing it. But he does have a driver swap coming up, I reckon.
Yep, well, we'll find out if and when it happens. Currently, the standings in GTE is the Schmitz, then it's Jacopo now, is it not? Then Cypher
Yeah, should be. Or the other way around. Cypher Knight could be in.
One of the ways around.
Coming up behind Jacopo is Aleds. The lone Audi. Ah! I said the gap was going to be under 2 minutes. Now 1 minute 16.
Ah. Now that has come down a lot more than we were expecting.
Yeah.
So we lost a minute in that spin, or is the timing just reset?
Boniface did a 3 minute 25. Grunting did a 4 minute 20.
Ah. That's because of the pit stop, I presume.
Yes, because he spun twice on the outlap as well, so he lost a huge chunk of time.
Really has affected him in the long run. That means, presuming Boniface is going down the Mulsanne, he's the only one on the Mulsanne right now, is that not? I think it is, yeah.
Yep.
He's got the entire Mulsanne to himself, meaning the almost I find this brilliant that despite this entire race, almost the entire field is on the same half of the circuit.
GTE leader in.
Yeah, that is the Schmitz in, and that is for his first of, I presume, 3 stops today.
Yeah, looks like he's just going off for another stint.
So this is where racing is its most difficult, would you say? So near midnight,
Yeah.
you've been awake for a long time.
Yeah, if
Some
you're not...
drivers may have taken added sleeping patterns, but it's going to be it's still going to be difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You've got.
Oh, off! Oh, off goes Grunting! That's a huge off there! And he's destroyed the front right of the car.
Yeah, he's still kind of driving for me, but he has destroyed that front right. I think he's beginning to lag.
Yes. You see, I think he might be right there as well.
Yeah, he is on an Australian connection. Oh dear, he's off in the gravel.
Yeah. Okay, oh, this is now lag. Oh dear. Oh, God.
However, Boniface is closing in, of course, all the while.
I think that's now going to be under a minute.
He's at
surely.
Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot of lag right. Oh my God. Well, luckily we don't have the collisions on them, I suppose.
Yeah. I think James has got about 9 laps in his stint to go before Joshua Luke takes over.
Yeah, and then Joshua Luke's going to be doing the next, well, pretty much the next hour and a half, and then that will be over to
Ghost.
Hunter.
Yeah.
You'll be hunting in the middle of the night for the rest book, presumably for the next couple of hours.
It's actually
until,
perfect that Ghost Hunter comes out at night. He's looking for ghosts
yeah.
on the Mulsanne, which you can find if you just lapse another car. It's going to go in transient a little bit.
What's the gap now, Sue? Can we get an update on the gap? It's clearly closing down.
Let's have a look. Boniface is just crossed the line. Wait for the thing to come back. 1 minute 14.
Yeah, so it's going down.
Yeah, I think Boniface had a bit of a poor lap that time. Because he's capable of going 3 seconds quicker.
325. That was at the last lap. I think no, that's the fast lap. 323.
Well, it's a milestone nonetheless for these guys because now they've completed over 150 laps of the Mom.
That is incredible. I presume they will easily, and we're not even halfway through the race. Easily, they'll be doing 300, and maybe 20,
Easy 300
30?
laps. 300 laps, I reckon.
Maybe for Kata and Ferrari beating that roller, maybe even nearing the 350s. Insane amount of laps.
Ghost just saying that Boniface has a little bit of damage, which is slowing him down.
Oh, huge off.
Oh, grunting off again in Indianapolis.
Oh, how we got that car stopped. That almost went airborne there.
Aleds is in.
Yep, that's for his first stop of year 3 at least.
Yeah, just checking. Has he made up any time at all to these guys? Not really.
From one person that's got damaged, Grunting, who's having a few offs now. That's the second off he's had.
Oh!
Nearly cursed that for a third.
Cypher Knight in as well.
Yep. So the GT cars starting to make their stops as well.
Cypher Knight going for another stint, as is Aleds.
Aleds, I presume, is going to do one more before his teammate comes in and takes the spot.
There's Grunting.
Grunting said his personal best that lap.
Which is a
Despite going
325.
on the road.
Yeah. So Boniface is just going around with damage at the moment, which is kind of slowing his pace a little bit.
Yeah, but of course, he's still catching very quickly. Like,
Yeah.
at best, he's still going 2-3 seconds quicker a lap.
Yeah. Whoa, that was very wide into the Porsche curves. Got away with it. Let's check the gaps this time by.
Should be 3 minutes 10, as far as I'm aware. I can't check because my phone's run out shell.
Let's check this time. Boniface just coming through the Corvette chicanes. And he comes to the line. And we're going to wait about 3 seconds delay on the stream for the gap. 1 minute 13.2, so it's kind of equaling out.
Yeah.
He's bringing it down slightly, but because of the damage, he can't really get huge gains.
Well, not yet at least, but he is coming down, and that is the more important question.
Meanwhile, 3:18.5 for your leader.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Grunting coming to lap and going through all of the G cars.
And goes wide.
And carries on like nothing happened. But despite with a broken things, doing well. Any comments in the chat, Soup?
None in question form. I shall have a look on Twitter. Make sure do follow us on Twitter at official Gavra.
Yeah, where you will be seeing a lot more of us on that.
Unfortunately, say some of you. So, 11 p.m.
10 hours to go. Nearly.
15 hours to go, nearly.
Nearly. And Grunting is starting to put the pace on now a little bit.
Just a little bit.
He's not made many mistakes in the last couple of laps, so maybe now he's got the rhythm back on. He's realised that, oh, he's under pressure, now he needs to start driving, he's starting to deliver a bit more.
Maybe so. Might see the personal best just start to come in now. Up ahead is Aleds.
Yeah, in the Audi. Owl in the Audi. Driving a pretty decent race for him.
Not a personal best that time, it's actually slower.
Still racking the laps together.
That was a 320. Well, actually was, it's just not updating for us. He did a 3:23.4, which was actually quicker than Boniface last lap. Slightly.
Gap now opens up for Leeds.
Well, Boniface
He's off
has.
the road again, and he's braked on the grass there. He's just got away with it. Cut the inside of Pet Rouge there.
$14 hours and 59 minutes.
Yep, nearly. It's going over. How many hours have we done now?
About 9.
9. So I've done 8.
Oh, Grunting's
hours
off.
Goes Grunting and disappears behind the screen. There's the lights. He's still alive. There he is. The cameraman decided to pick him up, and away he goes. Really schoolboy mistakes there.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I can't talk, but
Boniface went a second quicker anyway that lap, which
that
is
gap definitely comes down a lot now.
1 minute 12.2. It was across the line. It's going to be a bit smaller than that. So, Dreamy RT have put in some sterling work, especially Ben and Boniface here, to bring the gap from 7 minutes to just over 1 minute.
Yeah, remember, it was it 7 minutes just over an hour and a half ago?
Mm-hmm.
So it's come down in the space of this stream, and off goes again. Goes the Toyota. He locks up down into Mulsanne. The Mulsanne corner, went straight up into the gravel. Luckily, no damage done there.
Very easy corner to go off.
Especially in this night time, but remember, it is around about, what, 11 in the morning, potentially? 10 in the morning?
What are you talking about?
Depending on what part of Australia he is in.
Yeah, it's about 11 in the morning.
11. And don't forget, by the way, keep up to date with us across the day, of course, as you've said, on the official Twitter channel. Link of that, I believe, might be in the description, if I'm not mistaken.
Might be. Let's check.
If it isn't, it should be.
It is.
Good. Link in the description.
Along with the website.
And don't forget to follow me and Soup on Twitter, at EvilDragonXXL, and at _SoupCooler.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably because this at SoupCooler was taken.
Somebody else had it. And I'd like it, please. Whoever has that super cooler, let me know.
Yeah, we need to, you know, I have at EvilDragon XL. Of course, alternatively, you could subscribe to us on our YouTube channels as well. Both of them at the same. The Soup doesn't have an underscore. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Both of the links are on the channel, I hope, as well, somewhere.
You can definitely see how much the gap has come down, because the last time Grunting went past the start-finish, Boniface was at Indianapolis. However, he's now...
Now he's at Force Curbs.
Mm-hmm.
So he's flying up to this car. That's a stupid rate of knots. Oh! Grunting in the wall. He's hit the wall. That's it. That's going to be damage.
One thing we actually haven't
Number
done all
6.
stream is ride on board. Right on board with
Oh,
Boniface.
Yeah, Grunting's got huge damage. He's got a huge damage. That's it. He's gonna have to come in now, surely. He might try and stay out, but it looks like he's pulling a lot to the right.
I'll check the gap this time by.
And is
59 seconds.
oh yeah, it's under a minute.
Riding on
I
board
kept
with...
thinking that maybe we should have had rain or something there is, but no, it's surprised really, Sue, but I think we were both taken back by it, but we were told very clearly it was meant to rain.
Yeah, I swear I was told it was going to rain, but apparently it's not.
Miscommunication. So whoever told us the information there, we're gonna have to beat them with some sticks.
In a dark room.
But maybe, well, you know, the weather changes. Of course, it's like real life. The weather changes dramatically, and of course, anything can happen, and it usually does. And that is very much a struggling grunting tortoise right now, which makes sense because otherwise it would be grunting. Oh, he's gone straight off into the gravel. Not
Straight
having
up.
the best of luck, is he?
Just running around in where we're riding on board with Boniface to get an idea of how it looks.
Very dark.
Hmm.
Not as dark as I need to remember GT Gran Turismo 6 used to be when it was night time in this game. It was just amazing how just like scary it was. In this game, you don't really get the sense of how dark it is
Hmm.
because of the ambient lighting, especially in the skybox. It doesn't ever become truly nighttime on this game. It's always just seems to be lit a little bit.
Meanwhile, in GTE,
The gap is reasonably the same between everyone.
about 3 minutes.
Meanwhile, 3 minutes, it's relatively the same. Meanwhile, as just a league judge, that means Boniface is coming in soon. How much fuel has he got?
About 4 laps of fuel.
So the next 3 or 4 laps, and then they'll be switching.
No rain, weather is heavy cloud, clear,
Randy Jr.
hazy. Aha, Pirelli.
Right, they are. So the top guys are switching as well soon.
Cashner's got about 3 laps of fuel. Ish.
So expect most of the drivers to come in soon. Grunting's keeping himself going. Drops a lot of that lap time, so I'm presuming the gap's now going to be around about under a minute now.
Let's check what it's like. Should be around 50 seconds, I reckon. There's Joshua Luke ready to take over from Boniface in about 3 laps time,
Yeah.
as well as Cash. Ferrari's about to take over from him at last. And Boniface, the time is 51 seconds.
Oh well, there goes Grunting.
Oh dear. Yeah. It's going from bad to worse.
Yeah, well that is damage this time. I think his just tyres are just freezing cold. Look, I mean, you can't see the tyre presses, I can. But just the rights, they're all just blue. Like ice blue.
Hello to Ollie D, who's joined us, actually.
Ah, the brother of the bottle. Meaning he's the cup. Because he's better. Yeah.
We'll come and see how the AOR guys are doing. And they're doing well.
Yeah, doing surprisingly well. And it's good to see. Now, the question is Grunty going to make this corner again? Yes, he is. Really struggling there, though. He's been off there now 8-9 times so far in the last couple of laps, is he not?
Maybe. I think we're about to see, well, this lap anyway, maybe next lap, Cash make a stop. "14 hours, 50 minutes to go."
Incredible race so far. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like we have, of course. Well, now coming up to be 10 hours-ish soon.
Jess will be taking over to take us through to 4 a.m.
And then presumably maybe Hio from there until about 8, 9 in the morning.
Well, he's been streaming for the past 10 hours as well. He's doing the live timings.
Yeah. So Hio's not going to be having much sleep.
I think he can just leave his computer on and just do it.
Yeah, he could do.
So, once again, the AOR boys can barely look at the gap, but I will.
And it is now 50-ish seconds.
Yeah, well, that was last lap. Grunting is about to cross the line again. And we'll wait for Boniface to cross the line. So I've got 50 minutes of my stint left anyway.
Yeah, I've got 50 minutes of mine as well. Until I think a well-deserved nap.
I agree. And just seeing we can expect a driver swap for Beauty and the Beast in about an hour. You can say the gap is now 42 seconds.
Indeed, Boniface still going. I believe another 2-3 laps potentially on his time suit. Well, Boniface keep going. I think, no, how many laps do you think he's got? 2, 3 more?
2.
2.
Cash has got this lap.
So we're coming to the pit stop window, and that's going to be interesting. Do keep your comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well, and hit that notification bell whilst you're at it. Right now I'm looking at a very wounded grunting tortoise, which is why he's grunting, I suppose.
You can see he's struggling for straight line speed.
Yeah, he's struggling for brakes as well, it looks like. Ew, yeah, definitely struggling for brakes.
Oh dear. He's got about another 6 laps.
Yeah, another 6, maybe 7 if he wants it, but I think maybe he might want to come in a little bit earlier than expected. Get that damage out of the way, maybe be a good thing. He doesn't want to really risk dropping it again and hitting the wall, or just caraging off down towards maybe the Porsche curbs. That won't do him any good. Track temperature now, a casual 26°C Celsius, that is. It's very cold.
That is cold.
24 ambient, so it's getting very cold right now.
At 24 Celsius at 11:15. That's a bit warm.
It's warm, but everything else is very cold. Well, it would make sense because it has now got a 12 km/h northeasterly wind. So it's very windy, which we can't see on the game because it doesn't really show wind, but it's very windy apparently. What is ground? Sorry, it's not ground. Project cars, do they show the does the wind affect cars on this game? I'm not sure if it does.
I don't think so.
I do.
I think it just affects ambient temperature.
Yeah, maybe someone can tell us in the chat if that actually affects anything.
Well, one thing we were told is dirty air doesn't exist, which it does.
Yeah, well, it definitely does, especially in these cars it will.
So we're getting ready for the leader to take a driver swap.
Yep, finally, after
6 or 7 stints, he's in the car for about 2.5 hours.
yeah, 48 laps of it. Which I think might just be the maximum surely a man can do.
And he comes.
In the Road B now over to at least 170 laps, is it not now, Soup?
Let's have a look. 158. Nowhere near.
Getting there, like.
You'll see Ferrari
Well,
Jr. take to the track next.
Yeah, but that'll be another at least 40 to 50 laps. So I presume he had a bit of a nap.
Maybe. He's going to need it, because he's going to be going for about 3-4 hours.
Yep, and that's going to take until about 4 AM, which means then Flip will take over. So they're really working well.
Very much so.
44 minutes to go until the end of the stream, by the way.
Well, the end of our
This
stream.
one, part 2. Don't worry, we'll have another one straight afterwards. That will be Jess.
Who's now napping, probably.
Yep, definitely napping, and so we'll be mentally preparing ourselves for what is going to be a daunting task.
And I can now say that Grunting and Boniface are both on the Mulsanne.
Yes. Well, they were.
Well, sort of. Here we go. Here's the
Now
driver
there's
swap
Pirelli.
for the lead.
And Pirelli takes that car, and Catapoli screaming, "Take good care of it," in a very quiet pit's voice, otherwise he'll be told to be quiet.
And Ferrari responds, "I'm going to pee in your seat."
And then drives off into the sunset, well,
Into the moonlight.
moonset. Yeah, moonlight, not moonset.
We're also going to see Boniface pit this lap, and Joshua Luke
Yes.
take over.
Yeah, I presume so. I might also see Grunting who's struggling. Well, now they're almost, I think, where is Grunting? He's coming down towards, yeah, they're very close.
Yeah.
Gap now 40 seconds. There goes Cass, and that almost causes Grunting to go off the road there. It is the only issue is with this is it does cause a little bit of lag.
Yeah.
It's okay when they're down the straight, but when they're coming through the Porsche curbs, it doesn't
Like that.
normally end well. But it's going well, and still Grunting just ahead, and Joshua Luke now. He's got a mammoth task just to close up a bit more and not only do that and then pass him. But I feel that's going to be a easier thing, to be honest, because remember, Grunting has got damage.
Yes, he has. Boniface did as well, so Joshua Luke might be able to
take
just...
a little while.
So here we go. Dreamy RT about to make a swap.
And this is the third driver swap of the afternoon, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, we've seen David Ben in the car, we've seen Boniface in the car, and I'm about to see Joshua Luke in the car. We spoke to him earlier as well.
Twice, I think, now, have we not? I can't remember, no, I think once, yeah, once. I think.
Here we are then. Well, the gap between Boniface and Grunting was, without the pit stop, 38 seconds.
Indeed, we'll just
And Grunting's
wait
been
in
in...
the pit lane.
Oh, I thought he was in the wall again. Here we go. Joshua Luke.
The other pause. And Interceptor joins. Now that will be for Grunting potentially.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
So I think they're going to switch over as well.
Next time around.
Now the question is, are they going to do it prematurely to gain up as both Porsches drive side by side? They say we don't have more than one Porsche in the actual race, but there's 2 of them there for a briefest second.
And Joshua Luke takes over.
I'd say the Porsches look beautiful together, don't they?
Yes.
Boniface, he'll be a happy pup. Close the gap up now. Now it's all down for Joshua Luke for the next couple of hours, and then it will be Len. So Ghost Hunter will be hunting in the darkest of nights, and that will be around, I presume, between 1 and 2 a.m. So the time I think Jess will be in the middle of her stint. We'll be doing her laps, and that'll be interesting. Now we just wait, of course, for the next person to come in. That will be Grunting Tortoise in a little while. I want to keep updated on the gap between those 2 as well. 17 litres of fuel, so expect that to be 4 laps at the best. I'm getting out after that, so it's coming to the end, isn't it, Sue?
Yes. How many cars started? As many as you see there. No retirements.
Yep, 0 retirements, but 2 non-starters, of course.
So we were due to have 10 cars, but we have 8.
Of course, but it's as I have to say, this has been rather more enjoyable than I first thought it was going to be.
Yeah, because it's a little bit. It's a bit different to what we're used to.
Of course, me and Super commentating races that have gone on a lot longer than this, but for some reason, it just feels like this isn't dragging on at all. It feels like it's going really quickly.
Well, because the Indy 500 had 4 people in it.
Yes, and this has 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes.
Meanwhile, in GTE, there's your leader.
Anything changed?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, Grunting still struggling into towards Tet Roots, by the way. He's really not having a better time there as he almost drops it through Tet Roots. And that's, I don't think we've seen a car crash around Tet Roots this race so far, which is
Slow down penalty.
amazing in itself. But yeah, slow down penalty, yeah, like you said. That's not going to help at all. But yeah, no crashes into Terutsu, is it? That's a real surprise, because normally you see 1 or 2 cars off there at some point in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
We saw a spinner there earlier on, I think, really early on in the race, but no one hit the wall at all. And of course, 14 hours and 37 minutes into the race, well, to the race to end, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Total of now nearly, what was it, 10 hours?
10 hours
gone,
in.
nearly?
9.5 hours
9
in.
hours and 20...
9 hours and 23.
And 40 seconds
Mm-hmm.
each. And, well, I've been here for almost all 10 hours.
With an hour break.
Give or take. With an hour break due to not having a stream.
Yeah.
Of which I was here in the lobby, so, yeah. Oh dear, there goes Grunting into the wall.
Oh dear.
That is the wall that time. And that is going to be damage. And as surely that is going to be a position for Team AO up. Dreamy Team are going to get surely up to second now with that spin.
Yeah, well, of course, due to the pit stops, Joshua Luke is now just only starting on the Mulsanne. Grunting due a pit stop, of course.
Yeah, I mean, look at the damage he's got. Yeah, that is a lot more damage this time.
Gap is 1.5 minutes.
And is he going to take 1.5 minutes to pit, take fuel, and then switch the drivers? I presume that's what they're doing.
Yes.
Is switching the drivers around to retain the positions. We know how quick Broken Arrow is. He did the last stop, so in theory I thought it would be Allo Champs doing this stop, but it is Broken Arrow taking this one. So an alternative strategy.
He still has about 3 laps of fuel.
else down as though I surely imagine he'll have to come in this lap. He's losing way too much time now. And if these guys, the GSA boys, want this position, they need to stop now, I think. And they might just come out ahead still. Are they going to come in low?
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Now, where's
So
Joshua
they're going to
Luke?
try. Now, is it for a driver chase, do you think? Oh, he's gone off into the pits.
Oh.
Well, he's just going to get in the pit lane, just about.
This is surely a driver change.
You could just see them all trying to do get as much speed in the pit lane by switching up gears.
So now, Interceptor, the man who's starting on pole, is going to take over, we think. Yeah, he's revving the engine. Yeah, he's getting ready. Joshua Luke
Warming those, gears
is about to go up to the Porsche curves. He's a bit closer than I thought he was.
And now he comes through the Porsche curves right now. This is going to be close.
Well, Grunting's got... No, it's not. But, Grunting leaves the pit lane, and Interceptor hasn't moved.
Ah, they're not switching.
Well...
They are switching.
Are they? Yep, there we go. And Joshua Luke is coming through the Corvette chicanes. This is going to be really close.
He's going to get it. He's going to get it. He's going to
This
get
is
it.
this is
He's
for
gonna have
second
side-by-side
place.
action on the exit.
Here comes Joshua Luke. This is for second place.
Oh, is he still behind? Just about. Just about. Look at that. They're so close to second and third place here. And he's going to
got
fight
him.
and he's through up into second position here in the 24 Hours of Le Mans. He's done him finally there. A switch from 7 minutes behind now to pulling aside and now ahead of the car. And Grunting Tortoise has done everything he could do there. But it is now second position. That one mistake on that lap has cost them a huge amount of time. But now, what can Broken Arrow or Interceptor do? Can he intercept and retake that position, Sue?
I think so. He's like the quickest man on track, and he took pole, and he's having a go. He's missed the chicane.
Yep, gone off.
He's trying too hard,
First time.
and that pretty much cements Joshua Luke in P2.
Now, what about that? We were not expecting that at the beginning of this race. But at least not after the mistakes and the 7 minutes behind they had. Now, Ronnie, P2, but is it going to stay there for long, or is it going to switch?
Well, they're 10 minutes behind the leader.
Yeah, so they're still going to find another 10 minutes to get into the leader, but I think Reddy has that one in the bag.
Yeah. Well, Dream Racing Team, your boys taking P2. That was their aim. Now they're going to stay there.
Yep.
Meanwhile, in GTE, I think the gap's come down slightly there.
It's coming down slightly. I'm just keeping an eye on this battle, though. There's a big slide there for Joshua Luke into the corner as he passes the Ferrari. Luckily, no contact can be done because of course ghosting is on, because we don't want to see a Ferrari intervene in this. People saying, APA's crazy, saying, just finished my stint, do you want me to join the comms? I think Soup's died.
We're back.
Soup's still here, don't worry, he's alive. You people in the chat, KPK's crazy, saying, just finished my stint, do you want me to join?
Who is that? Oh, it's grunting. It's grunting, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Get him in.
It's grunting. Right. Oh, I've got a... Well, I suppose he could do on the commentary box for what he wanted.
Yeah. Even though he can't see.
Where is grunting? Oh, my friends list. Do I have him as a friend? There is the Aussie. Thank you for all you 11 people who've liked so far in this 24 hours of Le Mans. It's going quicker than I expected. We're almost 10 hours, like I said, into the thing.
Mm-hmm. We've got half an hour left.
Good evening.
There is the Aussie himself.
Yes, sir. Oh, that's a shocking.
Which we know has his mic enabled, so we can hear him in YouTube, hopefully.
Well, that's what I was just doing. Turning it up. That was a really bad stint for me, to be honest. I was running the wrong setup, and I was running no traction control either. I should have been. So I was really struggling on the rear end of the car. But through the most corners, some of the aero package was relatively stable.
Unstable.
I had a little collision with one of the GTE cars.
Have you actually hit
was
one?
Oh, okay, that's what we saw.
Yeah.
I thought the ghosting was working,
smashed
but
on
apparently not.
Well, there was an LMP1 car in front of me. I'm not sure who it was. I think it was one of the Audis, and it was going into Indianapolis. Yeah, it was going into Indianapolis, so I went to the inside of the track predicting because the LMP1 car was going slow. So I just went side, and then I didn't see the GTE car in front of me, which didn't have its lights on, which was a little bit annoying in the middle of dark. So I didn't see him, and then turning into Indianapolis, he sliced right on my rear, and I spun around and straight into the gravel and damaged all the rear and the front of the car. So it was not great.
No, we noticed quite a lot. Like you were really struggling down into the Mulsanne corner, to the hairpin.
Yeah.
Was that just to the brakes, or was that due to damage as well?
Well, the setup that I wanted to run had a really good brake bias and nice brake pressure, and I was really happy with the weight distribution over the car. But going into the pits, I had to change my race setup, which was to originally run the hard compound tires the whole way through the race, because I knew that they could last. But I ended up just doing 4 stops onto softs. But sadly, they didn't change my my brake calibers. They're like supposed to they're supposed to replace them. So I don't know whether it was that or is it down to the setup. But really, the car just didn't really hook up. I'm gonna do another 3-hour stint in about 2 hours or so. So I'm getting ready for that.
Indeed. Well, I have to say one thing. What's it like driving the night in Australia? Is it be about 11 in the morning? Is it not? What time is it in Australia?
So for me, that stint started at about 5 a.m. in the morning, and it's about
not-
8:30 now.
Okay, so I was a few hours off.
Yeah, you were relatively close, but my next stint starts at around 11, so getting ready for that.
It's currently 11 here.
Ooh, spicy. So got to see sunrise this morning, which was good. But yeah, on track in regards to the nighttime, it's the track's very cold. It's not.
30
being-
C right now. It's recorded, so it's gone up a bit again, but it was like down at 24 earlier.
Yeah, I could definitely feel that going into most braking zones. The car was, either locking up or not braking at all, and I found that most of the time into the Porsche curves. trying to rotate the car as much as possible, and the rear end just would sometimes snap, or either front end just wouldn't turn in. But I don't know. I'm gonna work on setup now. Try to get maybe some more front end grip, and I was talking to Inter, and he's worked on his setup a lot. So his stint now is more of a quali run. So just trying to push and make up lost ground.
ARI, I presume. Team ARI, pretty much. Greeny team.
Yeah, we're also aiming to jump Ferrari as well. We decided to do a one-stop during this stint now, which goes for about 2 hours or so. So I believe he's running the hard compound tire. I'm not sure though. So yeah, he'll try to be pushing as much as possible at this stage.
So with 14 hours and 20 minutes to go roughly, where do you think you can see yourself in the next 14 hours?
Well, hopefully in P1, but realistically, I think we could push to maybe move up to P2 if I put in a good 3-hour stint or so. I should be able to catch the cars very quickly. GTE cars I'm not worrying about for now, but my main rival right now is Ferrari. And if he's still in the car by the time I jump in, then I'll definitely be able to have a bit of a spicy fight with him, hopefully, if I try to really push. But I think the fastest lap I can probably do on the setup that I'll run, maybe 3:16 or 17. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna try and push as hard as possible. But yeah.
I think we're
Any
about.
questions, Sue?
No, I think I'm good. I'm just noticing I think we're about to see a driver swap in GTE. For Beauty and the Beast. I think Suki's about to take to the track.
Yes, potentially. Well, one other thing I wanted to ask just generally about was about the weather. Because did you know about the weather change? Because from what we were told, it was going to rain.
Yeah, I was a little shocked by that as well. I was like, oh no, it's gonna rain. So I was actually expecting that as well. I changed the suspension on my setup if in doubt that it was gonna pour down. So
was that a late change then? Was it then? Or was that made earlier?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I'm presuming it was probably a late change, if anything.
Nah.
So
Here we go.
yeah, at this stage, it's gonna be very interesting. Anyway, I'll leave you guys with it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Suki's on track, and we're also seeing a switch in ESR as well. As I think, oh well, we thought we were, but the other guys left.
Yeah, he disconnected.
Yeah, so Schmidt's gonna have to do another stint, but Suki out on track now. Currently the only female driver in the league.
Yeah. And current.
So Schmidt, I think, he may have to wait for his teammate to come back. They've got 3 minutes of time. It could be costly.
Yeah, well, the race it's getting more and more intriguing, more and more exciting.
Schmidt's gonna have to do another stint.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do another stint there. That's gonna really push him. But I think it's gonna be more rewarding doing these stints at night. I have to say, Joshua Luke, is he opening the gap? Do you think so? That gap looks like it's opening to Interceptor.
Yeah, the gap's 5 seconds between them. I can also say that Schmidt's actually waiting at the end of the pit lane.
But his colleague isn't in the session anymore, is he?
They may lose the lead of GTE if he doesn't get back.
He's gonna have to do another lap or two.
They're going to lose a total of about... Yeah, he has to come back out again.
Has he come back out yet?
Yeah, he has. He has.
So, mistake there. That's going to be frustrating there. He's going to have to do another stint, maybe more. Maybe he might do another lap or two. That's going to cost them a heap of time though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Easily have lost about a minute.
Easily.
We'll update you on that in the timing.
Alex is back in again.
So the current order so far then is Ferrari B leading the way by 9 minutes and 50 seconds from Dreamy RT1 or Team AOR. GAS or RT or Gas RT is currently in third. That gap is around about 5 seconds there. In fourth position so far is F1 Online Lydia, and that is 28 minutes and 44 seconds off of the first place. In the GT field so far, it is Eurosim Racing with Team Schmidt now currently leading by 3 minutes and 23 seconds so far, currently on the timings, but it is going to change, we presume, in a little while there from Beauty and the Beast. And then the Spirit of Durant currently a further 6 minutes literally behind that. Well, that's Siphonite driving so far.
However, they might be second, we just don't know.
Yeah, we don't know due to the little bit of an issue there. .166 laps now done from the lead up.
Yep.
And the lowest is 137, and that.
I tell you what, Joshua Luke's on some good pace. He's matched Pirelli.
Yeah, he's matching. In fact, slightly closing actually.
There comes Lucky T back once again.
Now,
So I
this
think
will be an immediate stop.
maybe, but I think isn't that Marcel Jensen at the wheel? I think I'll have to check.
I think
Maybe. It's Marcel Jensen, I think. Should be. It's one of the two. It's Lucky T anyway. That could be Tobias. I could be mixing up the two. That could be Tobias Schmidt in the pit lane currently. It could be Marcel Jensen out on track at the moment, but it can't be because his name's Schmidt. I'm confused.
Everything's confused. Soup's confused. We're all tired here today. Well, I'm not feeling tired right now, but I presume I will feel tired soon as Joshua Luke mounts the curb and almost drops it there.
He's passing the GTE leader.
Oh, he's off!
Oh no! Oh,
I don't think he's hit the
Joshua!
wall.
Here comes
He's not
Interceptor. He's
hit
going
the
to take
wall.
it back. Second place.
He swaps then. Oh. Drama there. He just tried to go around the outside in the second part of the Porsche curbs. And in comes, that is the Schmitz, is that not there into the pit
It
lane?
is. Driver swap.
So just getting caught out, wrong opportunity there. I cannot believe it there. Getting caught out there. And off he went, and that is surely going to be heartbreak for the team.
It's not over yet though, because Joshua Luke is quicker.
Yeah, but he is quicker, and he's already on the back.
Did he
So
hit the wall?
It's not over. I don't think he did. I think he... There's a long way to the wall down there at the second part of the Porsche curbs there. So if he did, he must have just hit it very lightly, because it doesn't look like it's affected him at all. Because if it hasn't, that's very fortunate. We'll find out down the straight. It doesn't look like it's affecting him too much, actually, does it?
Not really, no. Although Interceptor has some serious straight line speed.
Yep, of course, the Porsche is going to be lacking straight line speed compared to the Toyotas. But the gap is only around about a few seconds, 3 or 4, currently at best 2. And it's definitely not over between Team AOR and Team, well, pretty much Team Gavra, I should say. But it's exciting. It's very much exciting, isn't it, Sue?
Oh yes. Lucky T taking over for the lead GTE. And they're absolutely miles ahead of everybody else. However, this battle is on track between Joshua Luke and Interceptor, and in the background is your leader.
Yep, coming to Lapland.
Again.
Yep, and remember, that is 3 laps, I think, ahead. Remember what we heard from Interceptor, though. They are trying to close that gap up by doing 1 stops now. So they're going very, very aggressively. Not very cautious, I suppose that's the word, but going to be going very aggressive as well. At the same time, just to close that gap up, and let's see what they can do soon. It's the internet.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we've got 14 minutes left of our stint.
Yep, we'll potentially go a little longer until Jeff gets in, of course, and then we can switch around. But the current order is what you see on the screen right now, which is Pirelli leading Interceptor, then Joshua Luke, and then is Alan. Then behind that.
Your mic's having a crap evil.
Ah. Better?
Yeah.
Apologies for the technical issue there. Where was I? Now, Interceptor leads the race so far there, and he's doing a fantastic job. Sorry, so Pirelli's leading, not Interceptor. Interceptor's leading this battle though.
Yeah, he's opening the gap.
Yeah, he's opening the gap now, so he's starting to get the legs on. I'm starting to go for it.
So all that work came undone.
By 1 small mistake with a lap cut. Well, that's what happens, I suppose, isn't it?
Lapse of concentration kills you.
Yeah, and there's only 1 little mistake as well. 1 lapse of concentration, just 1 small mistake, and that's all it cost really for P2 and 3 to switch around. But I still hope they might still switch around, of course. Remember, Joshua Luke is on lower and fill. Remember, they do have a driver change as well to do. Whilst Interceptor said he's going to go for, I think, 2 hours, and then Bunting will take over around about 2-3 hours time, which is 11 his time, which is going to be about 2 AM our time.
Well, it is great that we're 10 hours into this race and we still have cars this close on track.
Yes, it is amazing to see. Having battles throughout the field.
It's done 160 laps. And we're going to take a well-earned nap after this one.
Yep, and
meanwhile, these guys will keep driving.
Yep, these guys will keep driving for a long time.
But it's such a challenge. It's one of the ultimate tests is driving consistently for over 3 hours each stint. It's a whole different skill. And we heard from David Ben earlier to say that it's actually brought the community a little bit closer. You're working together with guys for a full day. Interceptor lost the car.
Yeah, he's struggling. He doesn't look like he's got the setup fully like he wants it.
As I was saying, you're working with guys for a full day to try and get driver swaps correct and all that, and you get close with everybody, and so it's pretty cool. Joshua Luke is closer now thanks to that mistake.
Yeah, he's closed that gap up massively now.
This could be a battle that goes through the night. Ghost will have to pick up the reins once Joshua does his stint. He's definitely a lot closer, is Joshua.
Yeah. He's really now putting the pressure. He's actually ghosting inside of him. That's how close these two are. This is a fantastic scrap here with almost 10 minutes to go until midnight for some of these drivers. I believe Joshua Luke at least. It's now almost 1 a.m. in the
He's
morning.
going for it.
And he's going for it and taking a position. I think now, side by side, look at this. Together they go and now pulls ahead. Off the road goes the... goes Intercept there, and ahead goes Joshua Luke back up to P2.
Yeah, Interceptor got a slowdown penalty, so DRT back into P2. But you can see how quick Interceptor is. He's quicker than Ferrelli. He's at 3:18.7. Speaking of Ferrelli, he's just behind him.
This has turned into a fantastic race.
We're about to hit the 10 hours of racing mark in 9 minutes. And it's currently 8 minutes to midnight. We started on Saturday, we're going to end on Sunday.
As we know that now our replacement is ready, I think.
Yeah, almost. Be ready
Luke, I
to...
think, is falling asleep on us all of a sudden.
I'm fine.
Where's he gone? But nevertheless,
I'm still here, you twat.
Intercept up. Currently lies P3 behind Joshua Luke.
Have I died on your end?
Oh,
Have I died on your end?
yes. I think I've died on your end.
No, you're fine.
Have
We're
I
back.
died?
We're back.
We're all good. Everything's good.
I think we're just going a little bit insane.
Yeah, I think the extreme glitched out a tiny bit there, but everything's fine. Dandy. I have to say, Luke, I think I'm kind of start going a bit mad soon. It's commentating for this long. It's amazing, really. It's 2 p.m. now until it's almost 12. It's brilliant. I'm loving it every second.
Well, the best thing after this is the actual thing.
Yeah, what, sleeping?
Yeah. I like really do something. I'm hungry now. What am I gonna have? What am I gonna eat? I'm gonna go for some toast.
I just had some toast a minute ago. It's quite nice. But how burned is the toast?
If you burn toast and eat it, then I will personally strangle you.
Well, not like fully burnt.
No. I can't have it burnt at all. I can't eat it. I think it's disgusting.
Oh, I can't eat just normal.
I can lightly browned is my toast.
Oh, I have to have it darkly browned.
No.
But then I have brown bread.
Oh, that's okay then.
So it's already brown. This so it's already brown. I can't.
Toasted
I
brown
can't
bread
eat
is
mine.
weird.
Yeah, because it just goes, black.
Burnt.
Yeah, it tastes nice though.
Yeah, it's okay.
What are we on about?
Talk about bread. Talking about toast, man.
Yeah, how toasted we
Flashbacks to Indy 500.
Yeah.
It's the graveyard shift is what we're doing.
Yeah, it's the graveyard shift. Middle of the night. But it's very dark out on circuit right now, I'll give it that. I would not like to be driving without the lights on. I hope no one is actually driving with the lights off. No, they've all got them on.
Oh yeah, Jess actually won't be on until I log out, because if she logs in, it'll log me out. So, once we hit midnight, we shall be finishing.
Schmitz is in the chat. First I had a massive Ferraz Lucky T. And Lucky T and we decided to make a driver swap. Didn't notice that Lucky T had a disconnect during my pit stop. Lost so much time there.
Yeah. But you're still a mile in the lead. Meanwhile, Cypher Knight has entered the pit lane. He's been going for a long time. He's going for more.
He's been flying.
So I was right in saying that this is Marcel Jensen at the wheel of the Lee GTE.
Well, Interceptor currently the fastest man on the circuit.
Yep.
Closing back up to P2 now. 118.7, which is about a second off of what Cashinet was doing. Remember, the track temperature is just going down more and more.
Yeah,
it's an incredible race here.
It's now fully dark.
It's now pitch black outside.
Joshua Luke going to be coming in a few laps.
Yeah, everyone's going to start making their first pit stops of the new day, pretty much for everyone.
Ferrari's going to be in next lap. Interceptor is going to be said he's doing one stop, so he won't be.
Nope, so he's going to stay out for a lot longer.
Two Toyotas together on track, 2 laps between them. I'm starting to see shapes where there aren't any shapes.
Oh no. He's going mad.
Hagrid, he's gone mad.
Said Hermione as he fell down the stairs. Anyway. Interceptor's closing up.
There's still 15
Rally's
people.
Flying.
There's still 15 people watching this, by the way.
Yep. Hello, 15 people.
3 minutes to go.
Jess,
It's okay.
Super's going mad.
Once we hit Monday, we can say we commentated from Saturday to Sunday. Bitch.
Yeah. We got well, I can.
Yeah.
So I commentated.
You have now
Basically.
commentated for 10 hours.
Yes. I
Congratulations.
have commentated 10 hours straight now, pretty much, nearly.
9.
I've been in this lobby 10 hours. I think I've been in this lobby longer than anyone else apart from Hio.
Yeah. But 14 hours to go. Drivers have been going around for 10 hours.
Guys, the driver who is now driving ERS is called Thomas, not Marshall.
What am I seeing on Twitter then? Oh, that's Kaiser. Okay. Now I'm getting mixed
We have a
up.
Markle and his Pearson is Kaifer. Goose.
Gotcha.
Laughing emoji. I'm not watching my eyes are shut, says Ringo. That's what we're seeing right now. It is now 11:59 UK time.
It's about to be
And,
midnight.
yeah, I suppose in 1 minute and 30 seconds, I suppose that'll be it.
For us, anyway. Jess will be up and running in about a minute or so. 2 minutes, we'll say.
Maybe 3,
Which will take you through to 4 AM.
hopefully. Whilst this battle brews between second and third.
Still.
Which, presuming whilst we do this, actually no, it's not even second third, that's Ferrari who's just zapped them.
Yes.
And it is now 12 AM.
Congratulations, it's now Sunday.
Well done. Welcome to Sunday, everybody who's here.
And well done to the drivers for getting this far. Well done to us for staying awake.
Well done to me for staying awake, you mean?
Well done to me for staying awake.
Yeah, well done to us for staying awake.
High five.
Ow, that's my face.
And on that bombshell. Oh dear.
In comes a car. That might be Rally. Yes, it is. And a flat bombshell. Let's hand it over to Jess.
20 seconds left. We'll stay.
Yeah, we'll stay for 20 seconds. This battle's growing soon, you know. I don't think we should go yet. Oh! Off the road! Goes, is that just a lap car? It is just a lap car.
It's Alex.
I don't know. It's Alice. I meant Alice. Oh dear. It's Alice.
So 14 hours passes, 13 hours 59 minutes to go. On that bombshell, we're going to pass over to Jess. She'll take you through to 4 AM. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you in about tomorrow. Today.
We'll see you like about tomorrow.
Today.
We'll see you today.
Some point. I don't know. I'm delirious. I'm seeing colours that aren't there.
Steve's gone mad. He's going slightly mad.
Good night, everybody.